Hello and welcome back to another episode of SDS CB Does Sports. Back in front of your cameras. I'm back, the guest host. He's currently away right now. If you guys are a fan of him, let me know and I'll bring him back on for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, it's not a Premier League roundup. It is a Champions League prediction video. The round of 16 is now over. Quarterfinal draws have been made. There have been some interesting draws. Let me introduce the table. We got next to me, got Vice Captain Faisal. How are you, Faisal?
Good, man. Good to be here. It's been a while.
Yeah, me and you haven't linked up in a while, man.
Yeah, last year, maybe.
Is it? Nah, I don't think that long.
So obviously Iraq, I went to Doha, and then, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got sent back to Iraq, and then you got sent to Doha.
It's been a while.
He's doing
A bit of Asian persuasion. Bit of Asian persuasion over there.
I like that. And then opposite us, we got Lias.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, back with the Champions League prediction
Good
video.
to be back, man.
Yeah.
My team's not in the competition, but I'm here to represent
You're
everyone
an
else.
enthusiast. That's what
Yeah,
we
I'm
care
an
about.
enthusiast. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And next
there
to us,
you
we got someone who is in the Champions League, Arsenal fan, Ilias.
I don't know if I'm Ilias with all this hair on my head.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
bit
true,
weird. I
that's
feel like
true.
a bit of a bum.
Yeah.
I feel like Fuzi.
yeah. I wish Fuzi was here to hear that.
Yeah, I wish he was here to hear
wish
that.
he
But
was.
unfortunately, he's not.
He's probably lying.
No, fortunately, I'm happy he's not.
probably
If he
lying.
was here, he'd probably just be lying lazily, you know.
Yeah.
Lying on the sofa somewhere. He's always lying somewhere.
It
Isn't
stinks
he?
as
He doesn't
well.
even...
Stinks
You're the guy who always takes it one step too
Yeah.
far.
Just stinks as well.
But yeah, as we've said, the round 16 is over. Quarterfinal draws have been made. Let's start with the biggest quarterfinal draw. The first game, Real Madrid, Manchester City. Real Madrid on aggregate beating Leipzig 2-1. You just edged that second leg. It was 1-1 on that night. Man City obviously winning against Copenhagen very convincingly 6-2. So yeah, another meeting against you and Manchester City last season.
I know what I mean.
They beat you 5-1 in aggregate. The season before was when you won. Was it 6-5 on aggregate?
Yes.
The special time of Rodrigo getting those 2 goals. But yeah, let's get into it. How did you feel? What was your immediate reaction to that draw?
Nah, you're happy, right? You're happy about the draw, no?
Yeah.
I said, no,
we have evidence, by the way.
No, he's happy, bro. He said he wanted City, right?
But we got LFs.
Bring me City. Yeah, he was saying, I don't want City. He doesn't want Arsenal. He doesn't want Atletico. He said, I'll take City.
Bring me City.
Yeah, you should be happy, right?
Yeah, I'm good in the West, innit?
I'm good in the West. I'm good.
I'm good in the West. I'm good in the West.
Hey, there ain't no Taylor Rooks here, bro. You gotta lie.
I lie. It's a bit annoying, I can't lie.
Who did you want? What was your dream tie? Like a Dortmund, innit?
The one team which I tried to, Dortmund was everyone's tie, innit?
Yeah.
But Atleti was the one team I avoided. But City's just annoying now, bro. Like after last season and the year before,
Just won't leave you alone, would they?
It's like when you used to draw Bayern every year.
literally, literally buying 2 years in a row. It's a bit annoying, but if you actually deep it, should we just go straight to it, or should we discuss it? I mean, discuss all 4 teams first, or is it?
No. We're going to do big game by game. So we're going to talk about Real Madrid City
go
first.
go through it.
Yeah, go with Real Madrid City first, and then we'll talk about Arsenal.
I think everyone. I've seen the reaction online from everyone, and everyone's of course taking last year's result as a case study. And fair enough, City last season they destroyed us. They beat us convincingly. At the same time, it was us being bad as well, which no one takes into account, and there was no defensive cover. If you compare last season to this season, I feel like this season we are collectively better, individually better, and mentally I think each player is better compared to last season.
Do you think you're individually better without your goalkeeper and your center back out?
They might come back. They might be back.
They might come back, but I'll come to certain players who, in my opinion, has individually stepped up this season. And if we go quickly, I feel like we are better than last season, but no one knows that. And I feel like City is not the team from last season. I feel like they've regressed compared to last season. And of course, we can discuss it as a collective afterwards. But that's my initial reaction. It's annoying, but it's not as bad as what people making it seem like. That's my initial reaction.
I definitely agree. I think last year, I agree in some parts. I'm going to say definitely agree. But that game at the Etihad is the greatest game in Manchester City's history, in my opinion. In terms of that's the ultimate performance. The crowd, you'll never see that's the best the Etihad has ever been. Everything went their way. It was a perfect performance from minute 1 to minute 90. And I also kind of hear you as well too. I remember we did the watch along for that, or I think you did it the first leg we did it together. But the way Ancelotti set up his team, I think he set a lot of them up to fail because that's a team where you needed legs in your midfield. And I think he left Tchouameni out to play Cruz as a 6, I think, with Modric and Fede. So I think he left Camavinga at left back. So the midfield just got completely overran. Madrid could not cope with City. So I think as good as City were in that game, Madrid played one of the worst games. I
was
think
the
too.
worst.
You had a injured Benzema who was playing like it was like basically playing with 10
Yeah,
men.
he
last
just came back
season.
from injury, isn't it?
Yeah,
Benzema was
yeah.
50%.
Bro,
Yeah.
and you
He
could
was
tell,
finished.
and you
Yeah.
could tell, man.
Luka
like-
and Cruz in 2023. We had no defensive midfielder in Chimeni, where which still was still.
He came on for the last 10 minutes.
He came in the last 10 minutes, second leg, but which annoyed me is that because we went to Etihad, he knew we went to Etihad with no defensive midfielder, and 12 months before when City beat us 4-3, the 5-3, which is the classic,
Yeah.
we had no Casemiro suspended. So why would you
That's
replicate
true.
the same mistake? That's what I don't understand from last season. But this season, in my opinion, if you look at City, I look at City this season, and I don't think they're the same team as last season. Everyone has said, "Oh, second half of the season they turn the switch on," but have they turned the switch on? Like in my opinion, the last couple of years they do it in Jan. They do it last season specifically.
The last season in particular as well too, City hit amazing form around the time where they played them. They played Arsenal in the league as well too. City just went on some crazy form. And I think also there's something to be said about doing it for the first time. Like that City run it almost felt inevitable that they were going to win the Champions League. And in that semifinal, like the crowd was up for it. They knew they were on the precipice of something big. The quarterfinal in a year where they're coming off winning the Champions League last year, I don't know if the atmosphere and they'll be able to replicate how amazing of a performance that is. That being said, though, I don't think City will destroy Madrid like they did last season. But I think rightfully so, they are still favorites. I think they are still the better team. In my
Real
opinion.
Madrid, you guys are lucky this year. You're the underdogs, and you're never underdogs in Champions League.
Yeah.
When it's this
Only
time,
that run 2 seasons ago.
2 years
2 years ago, yeah. But even then, it was like after the first knockout round when you lot came back,
PSG, I think it was.
it went to Real Madrid
Chelsea,
are coming
yeah,
back
yeah.
to there. Even though you lot were down in the first legs, it was still it's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. This one is like Real Madrid probably not going to win. You got Man
different,
City
yeah.
who are
Most people assume City are the favorites.
they're the treble winners. They're the Champions League holders. They're going into form. Kevin De Bruyne is not going to international duty. Their players are coming back, all that kind of stuff. But they're missing a lot of key players. They're missing Mahrez from last year. They're Gundo, who was the big player for them last year. Edison might be out for that game.
Yeah, he probably will be.
He probably will be out for that
It's out
game.
for a month, yeah.
Yeah, so like they're going to miss a lot for that game. And I think it plays into you guys' hands because there's not much pressure. Even though it's
Exactly.
Real Madrid pressure, but there's not pressure on that game for you guys because it's going to be like, okay, we're going to go to the Etihad. We might lose. Let's bring it back to the Bernabeu. But if you go to the Etihad and put in a good performance, get a draw or win, it's all to play for.
But that's the problem. That's the disadvantage with I'll give you the two disadvantages. But with City last season, everyone knew what the starting 11 is.
Yeah.
Like when we
Champions
came
League
to
11,
Feb,
yeah.
When we came to Feb, everyone knew Grealish, Bernardo, Gondo, KDB. That was the game mode. This season, if you asked, I think if you ask Pep right now, what's your best 11, he wouldn't know. If you ask 20 City fans, what's your best?
It's
I
true.
think 13, 14 City players who have different lineups. Is Foden in the middle? Is he on the right?
Yeah.
Is Grealish playing or Doku? Alvarez, is he playing?
Who's partnering Rodri?
Who's part of
Yeah.
Rodri? Kyle Walker.
Kovacic is now kind of coming into the team.
Co-
as well, too.
Is Kyle Walker? Is he going to be playing? Or last season he wasn't. Stones was playing as a right back. Guardiola can. That's so many.
Walker played last season against Vinny. I
Final,
remember.
in the final. No, in the final.
That was the one game really.
I don't know,
didn't play,
but that's the question. It was no one knows what City. That's the question marks about each City player. With us though, we've got our.
Yeah, but do you know what's the starting 11 for Madrid going into the game against City? Not what you would want to see, but do you know what team Ancelotti's
What's
going to
the
put up?
and no
nine out of 11 positions are guaranteed. 9 out of 11. If you ask City, how many positions are guaranteed?
Is
5.
Is the other
No,
one
more than 5, bro. Their
6?
goalkeeper for sure.
no,
Diaz will play that game. Stones will play that
Diaz
game.
was dropped against Liverpool.
Against
Is
Real
he gonna-
Madrid, Diaz will play against them.
Is he gonna
Stones will
get
play.
dropped?
Ake will play. Rodri will play. De Bruyne will play. Haaland will play. Bernardo will play. Foden will play. The big ones are really Grealish, and I think someone in the back.
I think the big ones where for this game for them are going to be does Akanji play because he's even though he's not a solidified starter for some reason he plays him in a lot of
big
big
games,
games.
he plays in the big
plays him. Diaz as well, even though he's been dropped against Liverpool,
Liverpool.
he
For me,
might
Diaz
partner
plays in this
Diaz
game,
and Stones together. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of weird ones. But also what helps with you guys is you guys run away with La Liga. That's a big help. Like when it comes to that La Liga game before the Champions League game,
Against Bilbao,
we'll rest a couple of the
we're gonna
players.
rest,
But
and-
Man City they can't do that
and the
because
mid-
they're chasing
they're
the league and they're
challenging.
chasing 4
Exactly.
in a row.
That's true.
They're chasing the Champions League repeat of the Champions
FA
League from
Cup
last
as
year.
well, they're playing.
They're chasing a lot of stuff, and I feel like Man City and Pep have lost a lot of gas because they've gone on this crazy dynasty the last 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like they're in this. It always happens to a lot of big teams. Like when you go on the 3, 4,
There's a reason no team in the Premier League history has done 4.
because you get to like the
It's
4th
tough,
year
man.
and you're
It's
just
tough.
like, oh, it's tight. Every team is trying
That's
to
why
play
Pep
against
always
you.
tries
Yeah, and I feel like if they don't win it this, if they do or they don't win it this year, Man City, whether it's the Premier League, Champions League, anything, they're going to do a massive shuffle in the summer, like what they did with Sane, Sterling.
Interesting.
Gundo was a big one. This one,
I feel like
they'll do a big
part
one.
of that what happened this past summer, and now the likes of Doku and Gvardiol as well too. This is part of the next rebuild. I feel like they've already done that.
But I feel like the one that's just gone past hasn't worked in terms of the Kovacic and the Nunes
But don't
signing.
you-
I feel like
oh,
Kovacic
yeah,
and Nunes,
yeah,
I feel like they were big money.
To be fair, Kovacic is
Nunes,
like one, yeah.
40,
Nunes-
Nunes for me,
40,
but
50,
Nunes
yeah.
for me was because they couldn't get Paqueta,
Yeah.
and I think they wanted someone else as well too. That they
But when do you
couldn't
ever
get.
see Man City or Pep do a panic buy like that? Where they're
with Nunes?
yeah, that was a panic buy because Paqueta had all the allegations on him, and it's like, okay, look, we need to sign
I feel
someone
like it wasn't
that's
a panic
similar
buy. I
profile.
felt
to
it was
him.
almost like an opportunity buy. I feel like they
You
saw
think
an
so? Because
opportunity
it
on
was
the
very
market.
late in the window, no?
Yeah, but I don't
it was
think
like
it-
a couple days
And
before the window.
and
Remember?
Liverpool wanted him as well.
And Liverpool wanted him. And was it more of a if we want to stop Liverpool from getting him, should we get him? Because he hasn't come into light for them. Like everyone was like, Nunes good player, Nunes good player, Nunes good.
But it's
But
again
it's always
it's
typical
first
C,
season Pep.
typical C, of course, of
typical
course.
Pep
No,
first
but
season.
I still
I don't see Nunes succeeding.
I still do
No,
think
I
they'll
don't-
do like a bit of a rebuild. I think Bernardo will probably go this summer. He's been wanting to go for
He's
ages.
been- yeah.
I think someone like Diaz might go. Diaz is never in.
Diaz, you reckon will go?
I feel like there's a potential of someone like him going. I feel
Is
like
that
if
is that like when Laporte left or something?
yeah,
something
like no
that?
one expected
I
Laporte
think
to leave.
Diaz. I think
I
Diaz
feel
will
like
be the
let's
captain
say
once
for
Walker
example a
leaves.
Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich come into Man City and say here's 50 mil for Diaz. They're going.
And I think
even though he costs more.
And I think next season Guardiola's not going to be playing left back. He's
Yeah,
going to play where he
yeah.
wants to play as a left centre back. As a
And
left
also you've got
centre-back.
Ake, who's an elite team player. Like the guy will literally play any position for Pep, and he causes no headaches. If he starts, if he doesn't start, no one really says, "Oh, you should have started Ake. Why is he not starting?" But when it's Diaz, you just said he got dropped against Liverpool. Is he going to play in this game? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Diaz will be another player where there's potential he could leave. I think there's a few players like that.
Going back-
I'm
go-
not too
go-
sold,
yeah.
but I think for this game in particular, I think we also can't ignore the elephant in the room here, and it's that Madrid has a not Madrid City for me has a massive tactical advantage against.
Oh yeah, big
Madrid. Like we can talk about who has more focus on the league, whose players are going to become. When the game actually gets started, tactically, City have an advantage over you guys. Bro. And I know even the year before that you guys won, but let's be real. For large parts of that game, City were the better team in possession, out of possession as well too. And the thing that Madrid has for them all the time is the individuals and the big moments can step up. But I just feel like A, defensively, because City, when they lock in defensively, are such a great team. And then B, tactically, over 180 minutes, I think Pep will have too much for Ancelotti, just like
Yeah,
last
definitely,
season.
definitely.
And I don't think it'll be I don't
I
think it'll be
agree.
as much as it was last season, but I still think that tactical advantage will be too much for Madrid.
I agree, but that's why I said this. I fully agree with. Tactically, you need to tell me twice about Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
You need to tell me, but collectively, this diamond formation has worked out perfectly and for certain individuals in this team. The two cons that we have heading into this matchup is one of them being the second leg is at Etihad.
That's tough, man.
That's why I said last season, when the draw was made last season, I said it's a bad thing because the reason why 1 or 2 years ago,
Bernabeu Magic.
every second leg was at home.
Yeah.
So that little Bernabeu special
Yeah.
remontada, it gave us a bit of advantage. The second thing is 4 of our key players are risking missing the
Yellow
second
card,
leg
yeah.
with the yellow cards.
Is it? We've got
We've got
Vinny.
Chimeni, Camavinga, Vinny, and Jude. 3 of them, I'm 75% sure that they're about to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Vinny is that type of player.
plays on the edge. He plays on the edge.
It's too emotional. It's too emotional. He gets so easy provoked by certain players. Any mistake by the referee, he complains.
And Pep will know this. I take it
Pep
to
and Kyle
yeah,
Walker will
of course,
play into
yeah.
advantage. Jude, recently there's been a agenda towards Jude. His mentality or his attitude towards referees. Camavinga, the way he tackles players, sometimes bad challenges. That's the second thing. You mentioned if I know what my starting 11 is. My starting 11 will be like Carlo Ancelotti's. It just depends on one position.
Brahim
And it just
Diaz
depends
and
on Brahim
Rodrigo.
Diaz or Rodrigo, who's going to partner with Vinny and the centre-back role. Is Militao's going to be back the game
But who's
against Bilbao.
partnering Rudiger?
But I'm not starting Militao, his first game back with an ACL at the magnitude of defending against the scariest striker. I'm not going to do that.
So it's a Nacho or
It's
Tchouameni for you?
Either Nacho Tchouameni. Nacho this season, a'udhu billah min shaitan regime, bro. He's been horrific, bro. So I'm prepared to put Tchouameni as a
But that's
as a
what hurt you
centre-back.
last season, though. That you didn't have too many as a 6. So
I was gonna say, so then who goes in there?
That's why I'm very happy to sacrifice Tchouameni and not play him as a CDM because I already. If you asked me this last season, I'll say no because I don't have anyone there that can do it, and I don't want to play Cruz as a DM.
Yeah.
Now I've got Camavinga as a DM. Now Carlo Ancelotti this season there hasn't been a single game where he played him as a left back, which was the problem last season because he kept playing as a left back. This season Camavinga's never played left back, so I'm happy to put Camavinga because he can do it as a DM. I'm not worried about Camavinga. I'm not worried about Tchouameni. These two, I've seen Tchouameni play for the last 3 months as a centre-back. I'm very confident in what he can do. Rudiger this season, we are the second best defensive team in Europe. behind you guys, we'll talk about the
Yeah,
defensive
okay.
record later. You guys are incredible. You guys are doing it as a 5 trio, the 4 center and a goalkeeper. It's Lunin has been incredible, but it's not 4 defenders. It's 1 centre back, and that's Rudiger.
Does Courtois come back so easily with Lunin?
I've seen people say, "Oh, Thibaut comes back, start him." I'll be real. I'll be real. Nah, what?
When both of them are healthy, bro, Courtois starts
100%.
over.
No.
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
You're saying someone
No.
with defensive.
I worded that wrong. People saying when Thibaut comes back, don't start him. We've got Lunin.
Yeah,
that
that's
to
nonsense.
me is
That's
recency.
nonsense, bro.
That to me,
That's like saying, "Oh, forget about when Allison comes back. We got Keller."
that to me,
We got Jaden McDaniels.
That to me,
We got Jaden McDaniels. That's literally it.
Is that Ortega?
They got Allen. We got Olsen.
That to me is recency bias. Like Lunin has been incredible for me. Top 3 goalkeeper this season from Leipzig. Everything he's been saving us. Barcelona
Saved Joe.
Yeah, it's mad that he was so out of the picture that you lot signed Kepa.
Alhamdulillah.
And then Kepa, how can you go alone and sit on the bench still?
No, it's not.
He smells so bad, bro.
Kepa was starting.
I know he was starting, yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And again, I shouldn't say this, but Alhamdulillah.
Does he-
No, because he got a knock. He got a knock, and he got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He got 2 weeks knock.
Such a bad
He
guy.
got 2 weeks knock, and that 2 week knock, we played Lunin, and since then, Kepa has started. So I can't lie. Alhamdulillah got injured in training. Like, if he didn't get injured in training, if he didn't get injured in training, Kepa would be playing.
Let's look at some of the key players for this.
I'm just saying.
You didn't wish the injury on him, but it happened.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do?
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing in disguise.
disguise.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, always.
It's Ramadan. My praise has been answered, man.
Let's move on quickly before I don't do that. Let's look at some key players for this fixture. Jude Bellingham. How important is he for this fixture? You didn't have him last year, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
This season.
Best player in the world this
He's got 2
season
UCL goals against City.
against City when he was
Well,
at Dortmund.
technically 3. Oh, we counted.
It should have been
Controversial.
free. It
Yeah, that should have been. That
It
should have been.
It should have been free.
Yeah.
This diamond formation was built because of him.
Yeah.
The only reason we're playing it is because of him. We sacrificed Vinny and Rodrigo in order for him to shine. And so far this season, he shined, exceeded expectation. No one expected this version of Jude. Like even Madrid. Bro, I came last
No,
season.
you definitely didn't.
Yeah, you did. What's he got? He's got like 30 pretty much GA now, right? It's like 28 or something like that,
The
26.
thing with Jude is even since he's kind of been more of a withdrawn player, the GA has gone down, but the performances are still
Yeah,
there.
no, the performance. Like, I've watched a
He-
couple games. I'll be honest, I don't really watch Real Madrid. It doesn't come on TV, but got something in the yard where you can watch games like from other countries.
It's on La Liga TV on Amazon
Yeah,
Prime.
La Liga TV. That's what it's
Say
called.
that,
Yeah,
say that,
La Liga TV. And I've watched a couple games. I watched one recently. Fede was elite on the wing. He played top
You got a
tier.
hat-trick of assists today.
But obviously Jude was
I'll
missing.
talk
But
about
Fede was very good. Like seeing those kind of players in these games coming up against City, they're going to be
100%,
like, I
especially-
think Fede's going to be like the game changer for you guys. Jude, I think Jude is already a game changer, but because you have so many like superstars now, the players like Fede, no one really takes notice of them. So on the pitch, when he's the guy going up and down, playing right wing, playing centre mid, going on the left, going everywhere, he's going to be the game changer for you.
I agree.
The
in
biggest
two left.
difference from last year to this year will 100% be the physicality in midfield.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
last year, the way the City team has operated now for the last 2 seasons, it's unlike any Guardiola team we've ever seen before. Physically, they're monsters. And last year, Kroos, Modric, Benzema, as great as they are in terms of all-time careers, physically, they're just not at that level anymore. Having now guys like Chouameni from the start, Fede obviously played last year too. Camavinga in midfield. Jude in midfield is a unit as well too. You can finally now go. You can stack up against the likes of Rodri and De Bruyne and stuff like that. So
And on top of that, the way we play, we don't set up as a 1-2-1. We set up as a 2-2. So the Cruz goes down because the legs and the age. He goes down to be a double pivot with Chouameni, and then Jude takes that left-hand position. So it's basically a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
That's why
special.
everyone's saying, oh, Jude's playing as a striker. I think I saw a report, Gareth Southgate said, oh, I've been watching Jude as a false 9. Brother, what game have you watched as a false 9 from Jude?
Where's he dropping deep?
If you watched, that's why, you know, that agenda with Jude, oh, he's a striker because the amount of goals he scored. It's because of his position.
he's an attacking midfielder.
It's the attacking midfielder. But the last 3 months, the goals hasn't been there. The assist hasn't been there. But the complete performance, he's progressing the ball. He's carrying the ball. His heat map is a midfielder. But for me, the X factor is not Jude. It's gonna be Jude. I'm not worried about Jude. I'm not worried about Vinny. Champions League, the past 3 years, Vinny's got the most GAs out of any
He's
player.
a big game player in these
Any
games.
player, the past 3 years,
relishes
ever
this.
since he had that breakthrough season, GAs, he's above anyone. He scored in every single knockout, assisted all of knockout runs for the past 3 years, every round. So I'm not worried about him. He's a big game player. My X factor is Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Rodrigo for the past 4 months has been below par.
Hasn't there been like little rumors and his entourage coming out and saying, "Oh, if this happens and if Mbappe comes, what's going to happen to me?"
His entourage came out and said last week the reason why Rodrigo hasn't been good for the past couple of months, he's been playing on the right. He wants to play on the left. We all know he wants to play on the left, but he's been playing on the right for the past 2 years. Why are you coming up now with that little excuse that it's because he's playing bad? Everyone knows he wants to play on the left. Our problem next season, we've got Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo. Their all preferred position is the left wing, but 2 of them are going to get sacrificed because next season, we're not going to go back to the 4-3-3. Next season, when Mbappe comes, it's going to be the same formation because of Jude. It's going to be 2 strikers and Vinny and Mbappe. So Rodrigo's minutes will be restricted next season. I came out and said when the Mbappe thing was confirmed, I see Rodrigo leaving Real Madrid in 2 years. Yeah. I don't see him staying in Real Madrid. Next season, in my opinion, when Mbappe comes, his minutes will be restricted. But I look at him as Vinny's going to win the individual accolades. Mbappe's going to win the Ballon d'Or next season, and most likely when he comes to Real Madrid. Jude's going to team of the season. Rodrigo's going to look at that and say, why the hell am I not there? Yeah. So let me go to my own team and carry my team, but this time not play on the right or as a striker. Let me play on my left. This
North London, you're taking
Rodrigo. I'll take him at the club. I would love him at the club.
He will be.
You said he starts for
every. He will start for every single Prem team. Yeah. Every single Prem team will start on the left.
Yeah.
On the left.
City,
United, he's starting. Arsenal on Martinelli. Luis Diaz post-injury. Yeah. City, he's starting.
I agree. Rodrigo starts for most teams in the world.
Yeah. Most teams in the world. So my X factor is him. I'll be honest. Every time he's played left, he shined. But the problem is we've got Vinny.
Not better than Vinny.
He's not better.
Yeah, you can't. It's a superstar.
There's nothing you can do. So that's why him. The next game for me is a decider. The next game, not against City, against Bilbao. Vinny is suspended for that game. So both Brahim Diaz and Rodrigo.
Well, why is that the decider? He's going to play on the left, even if he plays well. It doesn't matter. He's not going to play on the left when it actually counts.
No, because for him to play on the left against City, who's going to be starting between Brahim Diaz and Rodrigo?
That's what I'm saying. Why does it matter what Rodrigo does on the left against Bilbao?
Because the game against Bilbao is going to be the decider. Whoever for me,
but it'll be the decider for who plays on the right. If Rodrigo plays on the left,
on the right.
So if Brahim has a good game against Bilbao on the right,
I would have Brahim Diaz starting. So the reason why it's X factor, if Rodrigo for me, right, if you ask me right this second, I would have Brahim Diaz starting against City. But I know Rodrigo's qualities. Who's a better player? Rodrigo's a much better player than Brahim Diaz. But in the last 3-4 months, Rodrigo has been below par, bro.
Do you know I read about Rodrigo? He's in terms of the most appearances since the start of the season, he's in the top 10 outfield players.
In the top 10?
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Fede's there, Rodrigo's there.
Fede has started every single game this season.
Yeah. So Rodrigo's...
And that's a problem. That's a problem because he's going to run out of gas, bro. That's been a couple of times.
the way he plays,
That's what he wants to happen to 100 miles per hour.
Who scares you the most for City?
For City, it's Foden.
Foden
scares him, but it's a question mark. Where is he going to be playing? If he plays on the right, then I'm not worried about Foden. Because I feel like defensively we can cover that on the right.
He played in the middle today.
In the middle.
But De Bruyne, they're doing the fake De Bruyne injury, man.
Exactly.
The fake De Bruyne injury.
But even against United, right? I mean, Foden was still taking those central areas, even while De Bruyne was kind of...
Even against the Liverpool game, De Bruyne was drifting out slightly wide, and then that's why he got hooked off.
They have a good relationship, in fact, because De Bruyne ends up playing basically on the overlap anyway.
If De Bruyne loves playing on the overlap because he gets crosses.
If he plays behind the attack, behind Haaland, then that becomes a problem because Chimeni, who in my opinion is our best defensive midfielder, will be sacrificed as a centre back. But Camavinga, I said for me he's the best tackler in the world. His variety in tackles for me.
Camavinga's the best tackler in the world.
Declan Rice probably has something to say about that.
Declan Rice is a better off the ball in terms of his movement off the ball. I think Camavinga's variety in tackles.
He's good tackler.
For me, he's the best tackler. So for him to have played there, it's going to save us. But Foden for me is going to be...
You got one game before your first leg at Bilbao, right? Bilbao. So you have 3 games. And you got Jude and Vinny that's going to be both fit, fresh for your game.
Our game got... Jude will be back. Jude's suspended now, which is a good thing because we've been overplaying him.
Yeah.
Fede is the only one who's been playing throughout this. He hasn't missed a single game international club, which is a problem.
He's like 5th on that list. It was crazy.
Bro, insane.
Foden's top 10 as well. In terms of most minutes
played the season.
Yeah,
Carvajal has been a problem in the last 3 weeks. He started this season off perfectly, but over the
where are you, Carvajal?
The past 3-4 months, he's become Carvajal from a couple of years ago. The Haywan Carvajal. Over the past couple of weeks, Lunin I think should be starting. But again, I think I'm heading into this game. The first game is so crucial. If we
I
win,
think you need a minimum 2
we
goal
need,
advantage.
we can't go to Etihad with a 2-1 or 1-0. I know away goals doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna beat City by more than.
We
by more
need,
than
we
one, in my
need,
opinion.
You need
we
a 2-0, a
convincing
3-1,
football. But
stuff
the
like
most
that.
important thing is not just the league. The 4 players which I mentioned, they can't get a yellow card. I can't go to Etihad without
Easily
Jude.
said, that's hard, man.
If we go to Etihad, that's the big. That's
I
the,
think Camavinga will get a yellow card.
I've got 2 players in mind that's going to get a yellow card.
Camavinga and Vinny.
And Vinny.
Yeah.
I think Vinny is guaranteed to get a yellow card. Vinny, for me,
That's just the way he plays. Like he plays
I
on
know
the edge.
it's the emotional standpoint. If we go to Etihad without Vinny and Camavinga, just call out the second leg, bro. Just qualify.
So then you shouldn't be
Okay,
very.
so
You don't
what's
sound like you're very confident.
Yeah,
about this
I was going to
style,
say,
bro.
what's your prediction? Do you think Real Madrid go through or Man City go through?
I think if we play at our best level, which we have done sometimes,
Is your best level better than City's best level?
Yes, I think this season we are. I think this season our best level is
Okay,
incredible.
but are you more
But
likely?
if we play and tactically the same way we play against Leipzig with 5 midfielders, then that's a problem. But if we play the Girona, Barca 4-0, Girona 5-0, the best level of Real Madrid, we are better than City this season, our best level. And that requires everyone to be a high performance. And when it comes to City Champions League, I know our place will deliver. But I'm worried about one moment in the game, Vinicius Jr. loses his head, gets a yellow card, and then that happens for the second leg. I'm not confident. Because if Vinny doesn't play the second leg,
But then you put Rodrigo on the left. Obviously, he's not the same level.
it's
as
not the same
Vinny,
player.
But he
it's
shines.
like KD and McDaniels, bro.
we got Jaden
Comparing
McDaniels.
Rodrigo and Vinny, you think is like
harsh. That's a harsh
Vinny,
separation.
We got Jaden McDaniels.
Vinny is Vinny. But in conclusion, my prediction,
Objective.
objective. No bias. If we play to our best level that I know we can,
Your official prediction?
will
Yeah.
be City. We'll be City.
I don't see.
But it comes down to 2 things. It comes down to most people.
Could you see a high scoring tie?
No, it's not going to be like house school like last time.
Okay.
I think both teams this season, they're more midfield and defensive aware compared to last season. Last season, it was just vibes. Last season,
So
it's not going to be like
so you got Real Madrid just edging it. What about you two?
I think me and him are both.
I
got
think
City.
I think City will win it again, not as dramatically as last season, or not as drastically. Excuse me. I think it'll probably be like by 2 goals.
I think it'll be respectable.
Yeah. Madrid will give them a better game. And I agree that City for me are not as at the point they were last season in the season. They were better than they are right now. So I think that'll play into it. But I think City, I just think Pep is too much for Ancelotti, man. Honestly, like Ancelotti needs his best players to deliver to kind of bridge the gap in tactics, where Pep doesn't need that. Yeah. So I just think City will beat them.
It'll be a respectable game. It'll be like a 2-0. They'll win by 2 goal advantage. Not 2-0 over the both legs, but it'll be a 2 goal advantage. Maybe a 3-1, 4-2, something along those lines. But I think their firepower and tactically, like he said, they're just going to overpower you guys.
A question quickly, because it was asked.
I've got Real Madrid, by the way.
You got Madrid as well? Oh, thank you, man.
But also, one thing before that, do you know what I really respect about other leagues that are not England? When it's the Champions League time of the year, they always give their big teams 1 game before.
it's
They
true.
give them a little break.
yeah.
Your game will be like on a Saturday compared to a Sunday and a Wednesday. England, they're saying, you're playing 3 games before that,
But it's
and
just
1 game might
recently
be 1 day
happened,
before the Champions League game.
It's just recently happened. Barca, before the game against Napoli, second leg, they played Friday in La
You
Liga.
see, bro, they've been doing it for years. I saw it. Germany, they've been doing it for
Germany's been doing it for years.
No, Germany, they
And
don't even
Holland.
give them a game on the weekend.
yeah.
They say you're not playing this weekend.
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
play after your Champions League game.
Germany and
and I
Holland has
respect
been
it.
doing it for
In the UK, they say you're playing Sunday and Tuesday if you
say
want.
respect
Or-
the FA Cup
respect the FA Cup, man. Respect the Mickey Mouse Cup. Come on, man. Let our people have some breaks, man.
Yeah, that's pure British heritage. Oh, fair
What was your
enough.
question, Fuezo?
Fuezel.
I was gonna say
He said Fuezel. I've never had that
Fuezo.
one.
Hey, that's the new one right there. That's the new one.
Fuezel.
Fuezel, what's your
Fairs.
question?
Wow.
Don't do that.
I was a mistake. I was slip of the tongue.
You compare me to food.
That's crazy.
Was that more of an insult to?
Yeah. Oh, uncomfortable conversations.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Use words. Faisal Fuezy.
What's your question?
My question was, if Pep wins the back-to-back trebles, this
Come on, man. He's the greatest manager of all time. I think he's already the greatest manager of all time.
I'm not arguing about his management. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the achievement itself. Would it be the biggest achievement
In football history.
in football history?
Yeah, back-to-back trebles.
That's
I think anyone's
the
done that.
Madrid 5p, Milan 4p, whatever like thing. That's
Yeah, it's bigger than that because
Yeah,
they've won.
dominating your continental and domestic.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah,
back-to-back is
at the
crazy.
highest level as well, because they say English football is the highest level of football. Doing it at the highest, that's the best.
agree.
That's the biggest
I
achievement.
can't speak for the Milans and stuff like that, but in the modern era, for sure. I think
Yeah.
the big question is, would it outdo your 3-peat? For me, yes.
For me, yeah.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
for me, we beat 3p, which is by the way, that has to be a team that did back to back.
Yeah.
But for City to do back to
Back-to-back
back
trebles,
leagues,
that would outdo that.
cups,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and we only won.
I can't speak for the 5s in a row.
we
I
only
can't
won.
speak for that.
But
these-
in terms of the 3P, we only won 1 league titles and 0 cups. So
yeah, I would say
yeah,
I would say
for me, back to back 3Ps is mad, bro.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, let's hurry up and talk about the real game. Let's talk about the real team.
Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid.
I don't know if we'll go back to that game. The next game we're going to talk about Arsenal
Arsenal!
versus Bayern Munich.
What a game, you know.
Arsenal went through on penalties against Porto. Bayern Munich won 3-1 in aggregate against Lazio. Ilias, you were at that second leg of Porto.
Can't lie, big respect to Porto. Big respect to
That's
Porto.
dark arts right there.
Well, I don't even know if it was dark arts, you know, because they went.
no,
it wasn't dark arts. It was smart. They were being very smart. Dark arts for me is fouls, kicking the ball out.
10 men behind the ball.
10 men behind the ball. They didn't do the 10 men behind the ball. They did it the first half before we scored. They were like deep in their half. Pepe was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe how good he was
He
at
played
41.
amazing.
I love that picture of him from 2006 to
Yeah.
2020.
Can I just say, by the way, on Pepe,
looks the same
I
as
think it's. I think
It's ridiculous.
I think
He's one. Yeah, it's
I was
He's
gonna
got the
say-
same trim.
I was gonna say, I just think it's so funny that like the most prop that Pepe got in like the last 10 years is playing around 16 against the English team. Pepe has had one of the greatest careers for a center back of this decade, bro.
mad.
It's just ridiculous, and it's
But you
it's actually
know why?
crazy that he left Real Madrid 8 years ago,
Years ago. And he's been playing with, But
which
you know
is
why?
nuts, man.
But you know why? He did it at the stage in England where
No, but that's why it's so funny.
but it's
media-
unfair to-
media is
yeah,
what-
He was one of the best players in a Euro winning
In
Euro
Euros
campaign.
in
bro.
2016.
is unbelievable.
When-
He won Champions Leagues
But
for
Ronaldo,
Real
was,
Madrid,
bro,
bro.
Ronaldo wasn't there. He had to carry that defense, bro.
Bro, but
I'm sure
but
he's
playing
happy-
against Havertz and Trossard is
I'm
what.
sure he's happy with the way his career's gone, like how he's been,
course.
how
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
gets
yeah.
portrayed. I feel like he's happy.
Absolutely.
He plays into it.
Absolutely.
He plays into it.
Absolutely.
Even the game, he was kneeing Havertz in his hip.
Yeah.
He was doing a mad thing. But
I thought you won as well.
There was
fair
a
play.
tackle. Sorry, before
Yeah.
you spit, there was a tackle in the second
Second half.
extra time
Oh, yeah.
of the second half where he tackled. I think one of the players, bro. He was celebrating.
Yes,
the tackle.
I remember
He
that.
was
Yeah,
celebrating the tackle.
Bro, he's a
I would
beast,
do
bro.
that as well,
He's
yeah.
a beast. Even at the end when him and Odegaard hugged each other before the penalties, that was elite from them. But back to them, like it wasn't dark arts. It was like they were very
They
smart.
managed the game very, very well.
They before the game started, I can't lie, the atmosphere was ridiculous. It was probably the best I've heard in a long time.
And
I think the last atmosphere I've had like that was the Man United game when we won 3-1 at the beginning of the season.
Oh, yeah.
But this atmosphere was crazy. Like the stadium was jumping. I thought it was gonna explode. Then within 10 minutes, they sucked all the life out of the stadium.
Yeah, no, that's
they
true.
they kept holding
Smart,
onto the ball.
smart.
Obviously, I know how good Diogo Costa is with his feet, but I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah.
Like it was like he got
killed your press.
he got the Onana, the Edison, the how Ramsdale used to be treatment where you don't get pressed. You let the keeper have the ball, and we're gonna win the second ball. He was literally every time he got the ball, Odegaard's going a full sprint at Pepe.
He can avoid that first
Yeah,
pass,
and
yeah.
Otavio. But then as soon as they pass it back to the keeper, it's like okay, cool. We're gonna stop. We're gonna wait for him to get the ball forward, and we're gonna win the second ball.
And what they did really well too is every time they would win the ball, so they had this mad aggressive mid block.
Yeah.
And every time they'd stifle, they'd frustrate Arsenal, and then when they win the ball back, they buy the foul extremely well.
Oh my
bro.
God, they're so
I don't
good at
know
it, bro.
what it is, like these Portuguese teams in particular, whether they do this in training or something like that, but they seem to manage games better than the English do.
Yeah,
I
much
always,
better.
I always find that like the English, they always want to go full throttle, but the foreign teams in general, they find a way of managing games in Europe a lot better, I think.
When
They're
they
so
went-
good at it.
yeah,
They're so
when they
good
went
at
to that penalty shootout, you're like having flashbacks of last season's Sport in Lisbon.
Oh, because I was there. I got this flashback on my snap. So I was filming the
You
penalties.
were
and we
here
missed.
1 year ago.
I was there 1 year ago today. It was literally 1 year
Oh,
ago.
wow.
It was that. It was the same couple days, isn't it? It was the same
How
day.
was the thing? How was the atmosphere like during the penalty shootout?
Tense, man, I can imagine.
Wait, I'll get to that at the end. Like for them, like their mid block
Was crazy.
was like
Mad.
Brentford's mid block was good. Porto's one is
Next
I've
level,
never
bro.
seen anything like that. Like we could not get out of first gear. It was every pass we made into the midfield. There were just someone was there. Whether it's his son that was playing on the right wing, I don't know how to pronounce it. Concenciero, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Whether it was Galeno, even though he didn't have a great game. Whether it was
Even the guy up front, what is
was
his
his
name?
name?
Evandelson or something like that.
Evandelson.
Evandelson, whatever.
He was a handful. Like
He was a
not
hand-
especially like he's very like raw, but like in terms
Yeah.
of like just being a handful for defenders, he was tough.
Whether it was Varela, Wendell was good, bro.
Every
Up
time Saka got the ball,
The other
There was-
Pepe, the other Pepe was really good as well.
in the midfield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was two players I was incredibly disappointed by on that pitch. Was Saka and Saliba.
So
Saka,
he didn't play a great game. I agree. Jorginho
Saka-
as well too wasn't. amazing.
Jorginho was good up until his legs went. There was a point in the game where he looked at Arteta and Arteta straight away said, "Yeah, get." I can't remember who he brought
Jesus
on.
came on.
Jesus came on because he took the little the little fluid thing they take and he made one sprint and he looked at the bench and I said, "Yeah, he's done. This is old age." I thought Thomas Partey was gonna come on, but Their mid block was ridiculous. But what was the point I was just making?
Second player.
The
The two players, Saliba and Saka. Saliba, I've never seen someone get the
Nervous.
jitters like that before.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's never been in a situation where he's had to play a massive game like this. But every time the ball was at his feet, it was like under his feet.
There was one where it came to him and he just
hoofed it out. Yeah. There was one where he had so much time in the world. He headed it, and it caused them to attack us, and they shot, and it just went wide. You could feel every time he got the ball. It's the maddest thing I've ever had to say about Saliba. Every time he got the ball, the stadium like paused. Like there was it went silent.
It felt like Mustafi on the ball.
Yeah, it was like every time he got the ball, everyone just went, okay, something might happen. And it was crazy to think that when you've got Gabriel next to him, who used to be like that, where every time he got the ball, but Gabriel showed
you the rise of Gabriel.
and it was funny enough, like
experience as well.
we saw it on Twitter, but Foden was at the game with us. He asked Chunks to come to the game, and Chunks got him tickets, and he was sat watching the game with us. And I was talking to him about Saliba, and then he was like, "It's nerves." Like he could see it from where we were sat. He was like, "I had it when I played. Man City had it." He said Man City had it for a few years. That nerves of the knockout rounds, and like they're struggling to get out of that first gear. But luckily for him, he had Gabriel next to him. He had Ben White, who played amazing. Kiwior was the best player on the pitch for me.
He surprised me.
He was unreal.
Surprised
Every time they went down that right wing, it was like, no one's
him, and let's not forget Odegaard as well.
Yeah, no, Odegaard was the
Ran
captain.
the show.
He was
But
the
I'm
captain.
surprised
That's a real captain's
He was the
performance
captain.
right
You
there.
know,
For anyone who's ever questioned Odegaard's
Oh my God.
captaincy credentials, I've been responsible for it as well
Same,
too.
same.
But that's a captain's
same.
performance. Where every time he gets the ball, just pushing the team.
Bro, the penalty
he
shootout.
assists with- oh yeah, of
He
course.
won the toss.
Yeah.
He chose the side, and he took the first penalty and scored.
That's
Yeah.
the,
And it was
that's
a-
And
what
the amount he
penalty,
sprinted
yeah.
that game, that showed like,
That's
this
leadership.
is my team.
That's
This is-
leadership.
Yeah,
And
this
then,
is
and then the
His
assist
assist
is
is
this
beautiful,
is
man.
just
Oh,
a
my
class.
God. You know what reminded me? I tweeted about it. David Silva.
yeah.
David,
cuteness of it.
the
It was the
cuteness
cuteness of
and
it.
the
Yeah, yeah.
smoothness
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
I can't lie, though, the
Cuba-
pass wasn't the best part for me though. It was like the little.
It was a
like,
little jink.
manipulation
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before.
Yeah. It was a little
the
jink,
way
like-
he, the way he like
He
kind of-
sold the
yeah,
defender.
yeah,
He sold it as if he
Yes.
was going to make it earlier, but he waited that split second.
And he
when
won the
defender
ball
turned.
initially. He won the ball
Defender
initially.
turned his back, and it was a good finish from Trossard.
You know, Kiwo.
Underrated finish.
You know, going back to Kiwo, you know what surprised
his
me
name?
more about him?
Kiwior.
Kiwo, whatever his name.
Kiwi,
Kiwi.
Kiwi. What, Jacob?
Yeah. Jacob and Co.
I like Jacob.
Jacob, yeah? I can't call him Jacob.
Kiwior, man.
Yakub.
Yeah. Make it Muslim. Yeah.
Yakub.
Jakub.
He's playing as well. You know, it's attacking offensive game.
Yeah.
I never knew he had that in him. Defensively,
Yeah,
I knew he
same.
was always solid, this and
He has
that.
that cute little
but
ball over the top.
Yeah.
He plays
attacking,
very well.
I didn't know he was progressing with it, this and that. He was surprised me on the ball as well. He surprised me.
And I newfound love for Havertz as well. Havertz, have we up?
Yeah.
Like
Every
his,
time we
up. No, I can't lie. Can I be real? I bought my
I got
stocks.
3K likes on yours.
No, I bought the stocks at all-time high. It's like Bitcoin right now. So all-time high. I put in the 70 bags. I'm gonna lose it. It's gonna drop eventually, but I'm there.
But then Sharky's there with
I'm
300
there.
bags and he's fuming that you get the
Sharky
70
bought
bags.
it when it was 0.50p.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? 0.50.
They had
He
to
was
pay
there.
him to take
Sharky's
He was
that
there.
one guy in 2010 who was like,
Yeah.
just buy one Bitcoin.
Just buy one.
You'll
Just
be
buy
up.
one and you'll be up. That's Sharky right now. Sharky was there saying, Elias, if I see you celebrate, have some. I said, yeah, I'm
But
there.
obviously, we got through against Porto then.
But the penalty shootouts was crazy.
Oh, amazing.
It was
Penalty
crazy.
shootouts.
Like
One of the
Raya,
worst
this-
penalties ever
Oh my-
though from Porto.
Oh, it was
Porto's
bad,
penalties
it
were
was
bad.
bad,
Arsenal's
it was
penalty was
bad,
really
it was
good.
bad, yeah.
Odegaard's penalty was good. Saka's, he put it
Yeah.
right in the corner.
Rice as well.
Rice was a good penalty.
See,
Rice was amazing that game.
Yeah, Raya said I should have saved 3, not 2.
Yeah, he should have. He went the right way and he
Yeah,
tipped
yeah.
it onto the
was
into
a-
the
that
corner.
was a power
There
penalty.
was one penalty. The goalkeeper should have saved it. Costa should have saved it. Which
Saka
was that?
didn't die. He didn't
He
die
didn't die for Saka, and then he forced to die
Saka,
for the second
yeah,
one.
yeah.
No, Saka, he didn't die.
No, there was another one.
It was
where
the
he
one
just
after
stood
Saka.
still. Yeah.
No, Saka, he stood still.
Havertz.
That was one.
Havertz one,
Yeah.
but
No, but
Havertz does
Havertz's
the,
penalty,
done
you're
that.
not saving that.
yeah,
one.
he does the
he
jink.
should've
He
done
does
that.
the hesitation on his penalty. But no, Porto, they were amazing. Like I feel like the recipe for every team to frustrate and annoy Arsenal now is the mid block. I don't know who the next team is going to do it. Is
I
going
was
to be
gonna
against
say,
us.
I think that's the reason why you guys didn't want to draw Inter or Atletico because I
Yeah.
think those
They do
two,
it better than anyone else.
they would have been a real tough game for you guys.
They
Oh
do.
my
That was a
God.
great game to watch as well. yeah.
Yeah,
Inter
but-
Because I just look at both the seasons, I don't want to fight.
They do,
I'm-
yeah.
but Porto, they were amazing, bro. Like
Yeah.
they were coached well. Apparently Arteta cussed his mum.
Yeah, apparently he said something.
Don't believe it. I liked when
Allegedly.
Havertz pushed the manager. That was
Yeah,
elite.
I like that.
Like there was a lot of moments in the game where I was like, this
Flashpoints.
is a proper
Yeah.
Champions League nitty gritty game. Even though we didn't play that good, Arsenal didn't play that good, and Porto they came to get the 1-0 win. They didn't go there to get a result after the 1-0. And you could see when we made it 1-0, they're like, we're going to penalties.
No, dude, Porto, like they defended you very well, but you just knew either Arsenal are going to get something out of nothing or it's going to go to penalties because Porto were never ever scoring against you.
And it shows the progression and maturity of your team.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you guys are now winning games in a knockout Champions League without playing well.
Yeah.
And now
It's true. I saw a lot of people saying like, "Oh, Arsenal, like this was what a horrible performance." Arsenal fans, of course, you should be happy because you progressed. But in terms of like getting through a game of that difficulty, I think people must have just seen Porto. I know they lost a few times to Liverpool last year.
3-0, 4-0.
Porto are a tough team to play in Europe.
They beat Chelsea a couple years ago, bro.
They beat
Chelsea a couple years ago.
I think Chelsea won on aggregate.
They won aggregate, but they beat them in the first leg.
They knocked out Juventus. They've played some big teams. Constantine has been there for 7 years. They have some experienced players. Like that's not an easy.
With Ronaldo.
No, but that's not
What was
an
that the
easy
documentary?
game.
Ronaldo was just crying and stuff in the dressing room.
But no, I can't lie. That game
He turned his back on the free kick from Oliveira.
But no, back to Saka. He played horrible, bro.
Whose
And
goal
like,
is that?
like he had so many times to run at Wendell, but he just couldn't run at him.
I think
Like, he just kept losing the ball. It was
Wendell
very weird.
may have shown also a recipe to play against Saka. In that
did.
if you go really tight on him
Yeah.
and don't allow him to turn and play like aggressive against him,
Yeah.
he doesn't like
Oh,
that. I
top
think
of-
he likes when he has a lot of space to
Yeah.
kind of maneuver. He's more of a playmaker. I mean,
Yeah.
he does have that ability to get past
Yeah.
his men, but he's more of a playmaker.
And then
really
just
from out
it's
wide.
not just Wendell, it's Varela as well.
Varela was good,
Because
yeah.
whenever Wendell pushed up,
yeah.
Varela would then close him down on the left hand side as well to make it hard for him. Then
when he
his
did
only
beat him,
option-
but there were a lot of
his
times where
only
Wendell
option
didn't
was
even
pass
let him
it back
Yeah,
to the
no,
right.
but there was a lot of times where they did 1v1 only, where it was
That's what I'm saying,
literally
yeah,
Saka ISO ball against Wendell, and he lost, I think, almost every single time.
Yeah.
I think the only time he beat him was right at the beginning, where it was like the first minute, and he ran and cut inside, and I thought, yeah, today's the day.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the day
when
for
he
Saka.
when he fought,
when he switched it across. But what was he saying?
So chat to me. What about Bayern?
What lessons do you think we took from Porto to take into the Bayern game?
I think it's gonna be a completely different game.
Completely,
Yeah,
it's gonna
there's
be.
a complete
I feel
different
like
Yeah.
obviously the home advantage. They have no away fans. We're gonna fill up the stadium.
you guys have to win that game by more than a goal.
Yes,
by
it
more
has to
than
be
a
more
goal.
than a goal.
Minimum 2 goals.
But also on top of that, what's in our favor is the disdain.
Wait, what?
There's no
Bayern
Bayern-
Munich, there's
yeah.
no Bayern fans allowed.
Because of that.
No,
So
they
Bayern
threw a
fans
firework
threw flares in the
The Lazio game.
on the pitch.
They
Yeah.
threw flares in the Lazio game, which means that the next knockout game they played away, they weren't allowed any fans. And it's
Away
not
or home?
away. And,
Oh, okay.
hold on.
So we're gonna fill up 62,000
the thing is,
Arsenal fans.
Arsenal are allowed to fill that section up.
Yeah, we're allowed to fill up the
So
way
it is
in.
going to be like it's going to be like an
Yeah.
NBA game where
Yeah.
like it's just
Oh, okay.
completely.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they're home.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But what's
Alice
gonna
with no fans.
Well, that's behind closed
yeah,
doors.
imagine that'd be behind closed doors.
That's COVID, right?
Yeah. But what's gonna go in our favor is the disdain towards Tuchel from a few of the key players. So like the Kimmich is not a big fan of him. I know Neuer has like a slight problem with him.
These guys are prima donnas.
Kim not playing. Did you see what he said?
He
came
came,
out today.
yeah. He's like, I'm surprised.
He was like, I'm surprised I haven't played that much.
I've never,
Like
in
I'm
this
off
stage
the
of my
bench.
career,
Yeah.
I've never played with Napoli.
Yeah.
I was a guaranteed star, and now Dyer starting over me.
Yeah.
Which, okay, he's
I
not,
hear
he's
it,
not
right?
lying.
I hear
Yeah.
it, I hear it.
He's not lying.
You got Eric Dyer starting over you.
If Dyer was starting over me, I'd be confused. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
professional.
not lying.
I'm like, why is Dyer
He's not
starting
lying.
over me?
Bayern, though, this was similar to the Nagelsmann situation too. This is why Nagelsmann got fired as well. He lost the key men in that dressing room, Muller, Manuel Neuer. This is why they call them FC Hollywood, bro. Like they're
Yeah.
always going to have drama. I think though the biggest thing that goes in Arsenal's favor this game, I mean, they're the better team in my opinion. They're the better footballing side. Defensively, this is the best team in Europe. I think Bayern, one of their biggest weaknesses comes in defending transitions, which Arsenal have shown. And on the counterattack, they
Well, it
can
makes
really
them go
hurt
forward
teams.
now. Yeah.
100%. So in terms of that, Arsenal should be the favorites in this game. But I think there's a few things that people are sleeping on with Bayern. A, they have one of the best knockout managers in football. Thomas Tuchel in knockout football has outcoached some of the best managers of all time. And I'll make an outrageous claim here, but I think even against Pep last season, he coached a good game against him in both legs. And I think it was individual mistakes from Upamecano, Jan Sommer that hurt his team. But I think individually, Tuchel coached as well a game as you could against that City team. And he's shown over the years, he's beat Pep in competitions, he's beat some of the best managers, and he's going up against Arteta, who, okay, credit to him for getting past Porto. That took a lot of work from them, but Arteta has shown you in the past in knockout European football, not really his biggest
You know,
strength.
forget as well, the people forget about Tuchel. He went to Bernabeu and scored 3. If it wasn't for Luka Modric,
Yeah.
brilliant pass. Bro, like, we were about to lose. Like, 2 years ago.
He's one of the
2 years
best
ago.
knockouts.
No, he's an
He
amazing
came
knockout
home.
manager.
They lost that. They lost 3-1 at the bridge when Benzema scored a hattie, and then he came home and scored at home. Scored 3.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for
Yeah, he
Alonso's
coached a
thing,
great game.
Alonso's.
I mean, for everybody to do
hand.
that, he went to the Champions League final with PSG. Like he's a great knockout coach in general. And then I think also like one thing that I think people really don't take into account, and they don't want to believe it because football fans, especially online, are all like, "Oh, give me quantifiable facts, like give me the stats, give me the XG, give me the field tilt, all that stuff." But in Europe, in knockout football, there are things that you can't quantify. And one of them, like it or not, guys, you're going to think this is cringe, is heritage, bro. It actually matters. But people don't. There's some people who don't want to listen to
prime examples, right?
Bro,
there.
this
Real
is the
Madrid.
biggest example, bro. And look, Bayern have struggled the last few years. Bayern are not the same Bayern that we know. But going to the Allianz Arena for a team that is young, inexperienced at this level, haven't gone to these big grounds, haven't experienced these big European nights, that's tough, bro. That's tough. And I don't think people are taking enough account of that. I think Arsenal will struggle going to the Allianz.
I
think they'll really struggle.
I've been saying to my friends the last few days, Allianz is going to be the difficult one, where you go to with an inexperienced European manager, you're going with a young squad, you're going with. We're going to have a fully fit squad, so he's going to have more issues as well. It's going to be like, yo, do I play Thomas? Do I play...
I think you have to start Partey, right?
You have to start Partey because he's way better than Jorginho. Yeah. Jorginho's as great as he is, he's nowhere near as physical and his legs always run out. You're going to have Martinelli, who's potentially going to be back for then. It's going to be a weird one. Do you start Havertz? Do you start Jesus, who's known to be in the Champions League great player? Do you start Zinchenko, who's a Champions League known to be a great player?
I thought Jesus, by the way, made a big impact.
He was a massive difference.
He nearly scored with his first touch.
Yeah, he was a massive difference.
He should have scored that, to be fair.
He's just a handful, but he's just a handful.
I mean, the commentator analyzed that one again. They said he hit it like down.
Yeah.
So it's actually the best way to hit the ball. He was just unlucky. Like any other day, he would have gone for his legs.
Like, do you now tell Havertz to go back into midfield where he's not had his best form in midfield, but he's better as a striker?
I wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different
Havertz should
things.
not be playing in
He
midfield.
he should never play midfield. Even though, and in the Porto game, putting him into midfield was amazing. It worked. I feel like it might have been a one-off. Maybe it might happen once in a blue moon, those kind of games. But for Bayern, it's do you go with Jesus? Do you go with Havertz? Do you go with Martinelli or Trossard? Do you know what I mean? There's so many different
Bayern,
factors in those games.
The midfield battle is going to be crucial because for me, I think you guys are going to dominate that. But the best thing Tuchel did,
put Kimmich at right back,
which upset Kimmich.
Yeah.
This gimmick of Kimmich, well, I've been saying it for a long time, man.
Same.
I wish he stayed as a right back. I wish he stayed as a right back. He generally could have been similar level or better than Lam.
You know, ego. His ego.
No. Quality of player. I'm talking about how good he is as a footballer.
He's not better than Lam.
No. As good he is as a footballer, I think if he put his ego to the side, especially when Pep was there and he let himself get coached to be a better right back and a better footballer, I feel like he would have gone on to surpass.
Never.
I feel like he would have. I feel like he would have. No, I feel like he would have.
That's KD and
No, it's not KD. No way.
Don't say that.
The difference between them two is not that big, bro.
Oh, I disagree.
Technically.
Lam technically is unbelievable.
I'm not saying either of them are bad, but technically Lam and Kimmich are much closer than the way you are talking.
Lam, when he made the switch, when he moved the switch,
of course.
Lam
saying, bro.
Pep called him. He was called him one of the best technical players.
Of course. But he said the same thing about Kimmich.
He said he's the best, smartest players ever.
But this is the difference between Kimmich and Lam. Lam could at least control the tempo of a game. Kimmich, bro, the reason why he doesn't work at defensive midfield for me, bro, is okay, he has that nice little ball over the top. He has that on lock. But in terms of actually understanding the tempo and rhythm of a game,
that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
Best period always came with Thiago next to him, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If he let himself get coached to be a better player, he could have been on the path to be better than Lam. I'm not saying he would have been. Could have been on the path because he had.
What if he had Pep? Imagine Lam with Pep his whole career.
As a young player, no, not even just Pep. With any other manager had, Ancelotti, him, anyone, he could have. If he let himself get coached and said, "Okay, cool, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna be a right back from now on," and now inverted fullbacks and everything, he would have been an amazing player.
The last time Bayern had any sort of success in Europe.
Was
when they won the Champions League against PSG. It was Goretzka and Thiago, and Kimmich was the right back. You know what? You know the ego.
But he never bit the bullet.
You know what happened? You know what? The ego changed. When Germany came out, when the legend, I think Matthäus came out and said we don't have any controller. Matthäus. When he came out and said ever since Cruz retired, we've got no controller, and he said to himself, I can be that person.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
Brother, you know, just drop it.
He's not.
Tuchel did it amazingly by the 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. Moved into right back and he promoted.
Even Nagelsmann for Germany plays him right back.
But at Bayern it was always him and Goretzka, which was worst double pivot.
No, Kimmich as a DM,
worst
not
double
that
pivot.
great.
But the best thing that Bayern did recently was promoting that Pavlovic kid.
He's elite. Pavlovic, he's very good.
He's so tidy on the ball.
Very good.
And the most important thing is now the same. You raised the questions of who should be starting there and there. They should be raising the question because Gnabry just came back. Kingsley Coman is out. So who's going to be playing?
But Coman's back at the end of the month. Would you put him on the left, Martial in the 10?
You know what I would do? I would have Sane. Sane can play both wings.
Sane recently though was struggling.
But also, the season, he was incredible.
Also, they've got two players that are, I think, big game changers for them. And you said Musiala. I think Muller and Harry Kane are the two players for them that can get them over the line. Harry Kane, he knows Emirates.
Harry Kane must deliver.
He must deliver.
He
And then you've got
must
Muller.
deliver.
Muller.
Do you know
this time,
I wouldn't
bro.
even start Muller. Whether you start Muller or not.
Yeah.
I would put Sane on one wing. I'll put Tel on the other wing.
Yeah, he's good.
Tel hasn't started one game this season, right?
I'll put Tel.
Has he not started
Bro,
most of the
their
season?
problem, your biggest weakness this season, in terms of if you go back, I checked a stat, a graph of the how many goals you conceded in the Prem, 21 or 22 in the Prem you've conceded this season.
I know we've not conceded many.
Yeah.
21,
Well, around that time,
21,
yeah,
22. 80% of those goals came from the width of you guys. You guys don't concede goals
Centrally, yeah.
because Saliba, Gabriel, and that Declan Rice, that triangle
three we've got, yeah.
is scary. With Bayern Munich, Koeman has been out. Gnabry just came back today from an injury. Sane is going to be playing one wing. You need speed.
Yeah,
you can't
Matthias,
waste Musiala on the left, bro. That's like putting Foden on the wide, bro. Have your best player in the. You know what?
But
what pisses
Musiala
me off-
glides, bro. Musiala is
He
not
glides,
really
but
like
you
he's
can't
not.
sacrifice,
Musiala's never.
Musiala
Hold on.
for the-
First of all,
for Müller.
Musiala is in the form of his life right now. The last few
Form
weeks
understand.
is
Form
perfect.
understand.
Because he's
Forming-
playing a hybrid, that's why. He's left
He's-
to
he
10.
can
But
play everywhere.
Musiala has the keys at Bayern. Like I don't under. It's not really a case of him being isolated on the left or whatever. Like even if he starts off on the left, Musiala has the liberty to drift wherever he wants on the pitch, bro. So this whole thing, it's not like a Foden situation where Foden the last few years was like glued to the touchline. Musiala goes where he wants, bro.
Free roam. It's like the Messi. It's like the Messi. Like,
He has that freedom.
But
Yeah.
have that pace on the side, and then the midfield of Goretzka. Wallah, he's
I don't know how
But that's
he's
the
nicked.
thing.
I don't know how he's nicked to live
He's
for
the
that long,
German.
you know?
He's the German McTominay.
Yeah, I don't know how he's nicked to live in that.
He's
Bayern
the
for
German
that long,
McTominay.
you know?
On my life, go watch.
He's so
What's the
funny,
difference
man.
between him
He's
and
so
McTominay?
funny to watch.
What's the difference between him and McTominay?
He's so funny to watch.
McTominay gets more
got
goals.
like at least at least Goretzka. Technically, he's a bit better.
I don't know if he is, bro.
He's a bit better technically.
Is he? Why? What makes him better
He's a-
technically?
He's a bit better technically.
I
He's
don't,
just
I don't
a-
know if he
he's just
is,
a
bro. I
PMP.
think because
He's PMP.
I honestly think because he's German and because he plays for Bayern, because he's got a
that's
good
why
keeper.
he's getting that.
Really, bro. You watch them. I promise you will not see that much of a difference. And if anything, McTominay probably has more of an eye for goal. I'm telling you, there's not that much of a difference, bro.
Like shooting, Goretzka's better in terms of shooting and like shooting strike, this and that. I think Goretzka,
Bro, Goretzka gives you one long shot a season, right?
Yeah,
Goretzka for me is
But no, but with-
so mid, man. Honestly,
Like I was saying earlier, I think our advantage is going to be their troubles with Tuchel. I think if he makes a slight team selection that a couple of the key players don't like, or if they concede an early goal, their heads will go easily. You've got Divas, Kimmich, Neuer. I don't know about Müller. You never really hear much about
Davis
him.
as well. Davis is basically his heart's not even there no more. Like he wants to come to Madrid.
Yeah.
He hasn't started the past 5 games.
Yeah.
It's been Guerrero.
Yeah, you got Guerrero.
Guerrero's been playing well though.
He's been playing
great,
well. You've got
he's
Kim
better left back.
talking.
It's like-
Davies,
You can't start Dyer in those kind of games. You generally can't. Like he's gonna
Yeah,
get
like,
annihilated,
might,
bro.
you know.
I hope he
He's
starts.
stopping.
Inshallah, he starts.
He's stopping. But it's to show. So we've been.
That's what
stopping
I'm
in his
talking about.
career.
So like those kind of things are going in our favor, but then you flip it. We go to the Allianz,
For
young
me,
manager,
yeah.
young team.
The first leg
all that
is
kind of
at
Emirates.
It's at the Emirates.
Emirates
Yeah.
first leg.
Yeah.
I think a big one for me is Harry Kane. This is the biggest tie of his career.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the biggest
bro.
game.
It's
It's
the biggest
because
game
the
of his
Champions
career,
League
bro.
run to the final, he didn't play. Remember? He only played in the final, I think.
Bro.
He was injured the whole.
And
that whole-
his league
this
campaign
his
is
biggest
over.
one.
And one thing about Kane is having an unbelievable year statistically. He's breaking
Individually,
records left, right, and center. But one thing about Kane, and I said this on Twitter and people didn't like it, but I always say, okay, goals are important, but context behind the goals also matters. And Kane, in a lot of games this season, when Bayern Munich go behind, his record in front of goal isn't the best. He scores the first goal, he scores the second goal, but when Bayern go behind, they often end up losing those games. This is
There's a stat behind it. What's the stat behind it? Like the where you're tied or behind a goal and you score a goal. What's the stat behind it?
goal to go ahead. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm just
something
saying in
that's-
general, Bayern this season, Kane, most of his goals don't come when Bayern are losing
Yeah,
a game. And in this game, it'll be interesting because I think Kane, I've always said, struggles against a certain kind of opponent, and it's always the more aggressive and athletic one. And Gabriel, okay, Kane has a great record in the North London Derby, but against Gabriel actually finds a lot of success against Harry Kane one-on-one. And I think it's because Kane doesn't like that aggressive kind of matchup. He likes, in fact, he'll end up probably dropping deeper and trying to facilitate from there, which
He should
doesn't
agree
work for
with.
Bayern.
I think it's overrated. I think that side of his game is overrated. in my
Yeah.
opinion.
He should
And
agree.
Gabriel's in the form of his
But
life.
Gabriel and Saliba will provide a really tough matchup for Kane because that's not the kind of assignment that Kane likes, bro. Kane likes when it's more of an open game and stuff. But when Saliba and Gabriel are playing that tight against him, that's how we'll see how does Kane react.
So who do you have edging this game?
Bayern.
I'm
Barely. And again,
so
like
barely.
Arsenal are the better team, but I just think this is too early for a lot of their players. I think going to the Allianz, they have to win big in the first leg, and I think it won't be enough.
I'm going with Arsenal just because of the fact
Thank you.
I
Appreciate it.
People keep saying recently, they struggled against Porto. They Porto took them to
It's
penalties.
a different game. It's a different game.
Yes,
we struggle.
Styles, what is it? Styles make fights.
Struggling against Leipzig.
We struggled against Leipzig. Were we lucky? Bayern struggled against Lazio. They were lucky.
Yeah.
Every team is lucky then in that based on that logic. I feel like when it comes, I think mentally you guys are better. As a collective, you're better. Defensively, you're better. They've got individuals that can make a difference
And the coach
in
as
the
well.
likes of Jamal and Harry Kane. But I feel like you guys will edge it.
One thing though, let's not forget. You look at both teams' schedules. Arsenal are basically closing out the season with the toughest run in Europe, in my opinion.
That's
Where you
a
look at,
ridiculous
and they're
run.
going to be the fact that they're going to be every single game from now until the end of the season is a final for them.
Yeah.
Like you look at the league, they're gonna. I think it's sandwiched between games against City,
It's like City, Chelsea, Tottenham away.
It's a tough run. Whereas Bayern, they're not going to win the league. They're out of the cup already. This is their season now. So I think that could also, and like you said as well, too, the Bundesliga makes it easier for them in terms of
they finish,
have a little bit of time.
It's
ahead
done.
of
And
time.
they're out from the cup as
Yeah,
well.
so
I feel
Bayern,
like
the only
this is
hope.
it. This is
I feel like those tough games for us are good because it keeps the momentum going every game, and also fully fit squad now. Like Arteta hasn't had a fully fit squad this whole season. I don't think he's ever had one in his career. Like for Arsenal,
Will he rotate it appropriately?
that's
always the
that's
question
now
about
it
that,
gets to that point. Does he do the appropriate rotations? Does he bring in the Partey back in, even though he hasn't really he's been injured most of the season?
Let's say your name is Arteta.
Yeah.
Game right now, first leg. Who you playing in the midfield? Three-man midfield.
Partey, Jorginho, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard.
Yeah.
A midfield you haven't seen all season. You're starting them against Bayern.
We saw it in Community Shield, and it was very good, but that was it.
So he'll say that again.
Partey, Rice.
So Partey is a 6. Rice.
Partey, Rice.
And then
Partey,
Odegaard.
Rice doing that same box-to-box role that I love that we were talking about the other day. The now all-action midfielders are back. I love it. Him going up and down, doing everything that he needs to do.
You're playing Partey.
Partey, him, because of the physicality. We need a fit. Jorginho,
Who's your striker?
Porto, Havertz.
Are you starting Trossard or Martinelli?
So if Martinelli isn't fit, I'll start Jesus on the left.
I agree.
I'd start because Jesus Champions League. He's Mr. He was not Mr. Champions League, but he was amazing in the Champions League.
Mr. Champions League. We call
Man City.
anybody Mr.
Yeah,
Champions.
he was elite for Man City in the Champions League.
That
So-
label should be going to Ronaldo.
No. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, he was,
Benzema,
but he was elite. He was elite for Man City in the Champions
Not
League.
everyone's
But,
getting labels now.
I got who do you have in the midfield three? Would you have that three, or would you have Jorginho in there?
You can't change something which has been working for you guys all like for the past.
But we
5,
do
6
have
weeks.
3 games before that. We have City, Luton, and who's the third one? It might be 2 games, you know.
I
We have
would-
City, Luton, definitely.
If you experiment it, if you play
We're not
that
experimenting.
midfield, if you play
This
that
isn't time
3-man
for
midfield,
experimenting,
no,
bro.
I'm
think
not
we're
experimenting.
experimenting.
If
Yeah.
you play that 3-man midfield before Bayern, see it out for one game.
I think that's what
then-
we'll.
City, Luton, Brian.
I think we'll do it in the
you know
Luton
what
or
I
Brighton
reckon?
game.
I reckon you should play against City. Because
No,
the
'cause-
magnitude
do you
of
know why?
Bayern is going to be the same
No,
magnitude
do you
of
know why
City.
you don't play Partey that midfield 3 against Man City? Because Partey hasn't had a run of games yet, and the international breaks
Who's
come
next for you guys?
up. Man City,
City.
City,
And
then
but
Luton.
he's got Luton and Brighton, so he said play
Yeah, so
Partey,
I would see it happen in those 2 games, the Luton and Brighton game, because Luton's at home, Brighton's away. Brighton's like kind of a bogey club for us, but I know Luton's at home.
Why change something that's
No,
not
because
working?
it goes Man City the 31st of March and Luton's the 3rd of April. So it's like 3 days. It's like 3 days.
Death run, bro.
Yeah, but it's a 3-day gap, so you're gonna have to rotate. So
Yeah,
in that
100%,
rotation,
man.
then you do the
I
rotation.
beg you I beg you check Bayern schedule because I feel like it's going to be like us for.
It will be. It's a bit similar.
Oh, baby
like
schedule.
one-
Yeah,
like
you got a
one
baby
game,
schedule, man.
One game or something.
Yeah, Bayern. They have Dortmund the next game.
The league is done, bro.
Then Heidenheim, and then they play us. So they play 3 days before us.
3 days before. It's okay.
So you guys all have Arsenal then?
I have us edging it. I think that's just my bias, but I have us edging it.
Nah, but look, I think Arsenal are the favorites, rightfully so.
Yeah, I think we're the favourites. I think we're the
But
favourites, and I think we'll edge it.
Dude, are you sure Arsenal, like in terms of odds and odds?
Yeah,
and
I would
stuff,
say that odds-
are they the
odds on
favourites?
favourites are
Arsenal,
I
yeah.
saw I think 51% is our odds.
51 as Arsenal.
51-49.
I think they should be. You guys are the better team.
Yeah,
Arsenal are
like
better-
we're favourites as in we just edged being favourites
think-
because
yeah.
the
Arsenal
last
play
couple
be-
months
Arsenal
is playing
play-
into
no,
our
but
favour.
Arsenal
So
play
big.
better than Bayern. There's no
Yeah.
question about that. The reason I'm picking
the
Bayern is
difference
because
is Tuchel and
it's
heritage.
intangibles,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Not
Honestly.
even last 3 months. It's been the last 12 months, bro.
No,
Like,
but
people-
no.
the
We had
people think-
the little shaky run beginning of the season.
last year's Bundesliga clouded people's judgment. Dortmund should have won that, bro.
Yeah.
Like Dortmund should have, but they were leading the league with three,
Yeah,
4
until the
points
end,
with like
and
2
then-
games
yeah,
to
yeah,
go,
no,
bro.
no, they bought it right in.
Harry Kane, he should have. Bro, there was shit last season.
No, but they should never have fired Nagelsmann last year, in my opinion.
Never
they
should have
shouldn't.
fired him, and before City as well.
Yeah,
Never
I
should-
always said like people were saying, "Oh, they're bringing Tuchel. It's gonna be perfect." I'm like, "Yo, Tuchel cannot change a team in 3 weeks, bro."
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, you
Yeah,
got Arsenal as well?
I've got Arsenal as well. I'm very objective, impartial.
No,
I'm
dude,
biased.
I can't wait to go.
I think it's a good prediction.
So-
And Foden said he enjoyed the Emirates atmosphere, which was good.
Yeah, see.
Enjoyed it. He had North London forever. I looked at him. He was enjoying it. I saw a smile on his
scouting
face.
the opposition, yeah?
Yeah, he said he's scouting the ops. I said, no, you came to watch good football. And he said, yeah, I did.
Yeah. He saw Starboy on the field. That's what he was watching.
Yeah, he saw Starboy. He said, damn, that's my opposition. That's my op for the Euros.
Let's go to the next game. PSG versus Barcelona. Barcelona making it. They got through against Napoli.
That's a good game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, did you see what
I was
Di
waiting for
Laurentiis said
Which
before
one?
the game?
Yours.
Bro,
Did you see what Di Laurentiis said before the game?
Yeah, he said, "I'll pay everyone
if we win, I'm going to pay everyone 10 million euros.
You know why it was though, right?
Why?
Because that game basically determined whether Juventus would go to the
Yeah, I
Club
saw that.
World Cup or not. And Di Laurentiis hits them so much.
Yeah.
I'm willing
He
to
said
pay
we'll him
this.
10 million pounds.
Yeah. 10 million
10 million
for each
euros,
player.
yeah,
10 million if they won and they bought
And
it.
they still lost.
Yeah, if I had 10 mil, I would play till my heart stops.
Yeah.
I can buy a new heart. I can buy a new heart for 10 M's.
Drogba, bro.
3 M's, let me get a new heart.
well, just say 2 goals like 2 minutes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
PSG dominated Real Sociedad 4-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, they did.
Mbappe,
You were gassing up Real
masterclass.
Sociedad.
I had an agenda towards my man. That was- All right.
Mr. I was only trolling. It doesn't go his way. I was only trolling, guys.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite part of
That's
this
your
game.
favorite. I think you need to find a new gimmick. You know that.
He was done it, bro. He was.
he's calling your
he
thing a
wasn't.
gimmick.
He wasn't.
He needs, how many times has he done it? Be real.
Yeah,
When it doesn't go, guys, I was trolling. Liban even tried to do it recently.
Got you.
Yeah, you guys believe me?
You guys believe me?
You guys believe it? Did you see the Yap Sam on Liban? Trying to put Yap Sam ahead of Van Dijk.
yeah.
When someone said, bro, the guy was here for 2 years, what are you talking about? And then he was like, yeah, try and get you trolling. Come on, Liban, man. He thought Yap Sam was there for 7 years.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They don't even live their own reps anymore.
Yeah,
bro.
they don't,
What
man.
happened to
They don't.
objective SD? How many of us left, bro?
How many of us?
Damn, bro.
But
Real
listen,
ones. How many left?
Listen, he was a PSG player when
Yeah,
I said it.
Still is a
Now,
PSG player.
He's a Real Madrid player.
do you know?
So now the agenda is
He's
dropped.
still signed for PSG, bro.
He's Real Madrid, bro. He's coming home. But
Coming home.
He's going from Paris to home. That's why I love the Madrid.
But he was a Madrid player at the age of 13 playing.
So can you finally admit that he's the best player in the world?
Absolutely, he's
Yeah, this guy's shameless, man. Honestly.
he's the best. He's been the best player in the world for the
You
last 3
can't go
years.
to war with this kind of guy, bro.
He's the best.
honestly.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Yeah, you
Can't
can't.
do it, man.
Kiki.
Mr. Flip Flop.
Kiki
Come
Bondi.
He was calling him what before? He was calling him Lotin and then calls him Kiki.
Nice Kiki, man. Nice Kiki.
Fair enough. Well, let's get into the prediction for this one. PSG, you had them as the shock team when we did our early Champions League predictions earlier this season.
I had Milan as my shock team last year. I got PSG as my shock team this year.
And they are shocking because they can get that run to the final now.
They have a good run. That side of the
Yeah, that
thing.
side of the
I mean, yeah, that
That
side is
bracket.
like last year's Italian one where it was like
Yeah.
Napoli,
Milan,
Benfica.
Inter.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's favorable on paper, but PSG had that tough group stage that got destroyed by Newcastle, as we know. And I think the Sociedad tie, you might have been trolling, but it wasn't a bad take at the time. A lot of people thought that Sociedad, who were in really good form, could upset PSG. But this season have kind of been a team of two stories. Like sometimes you see the brilliance, sometimes you see the frustration. You got Enrique now dropping Mbappe during games. So let's not lie. PSG, it's not happiness at home. It's not completely perfect. But PSG, man, this current iteration of them is kind of built for knockout football in terms of like the threat in transition that they have. The pace in behind can hurt any team in the world. They have, in my opinion, the best player in the world and a player that consistently shows you that in big games, I don't think there's anyone better than him.
What a player, man.
And I think they have the defensive, they have at least some defensive resoluteness.
smiling
So.
like
No, because Loan Watch, isn't it? Loan Watch.
Yeah, he's in low watch. Low watch. Yeah, I hear it.
But yeah, PSG, if they're firing, bro, they can hurt any team in this competition. That's not to say they're going to win it, but they have the firepower to hurt them. And in Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele, that front three
Dembele
is
coming back
dangerous,
home.
bro. It's dangerous.
And-
Against Barca, in terms of defending transitions, that's their weakness.
That's
And
the biggest
the amount of injuries they've got. No De Jong, no Pedri.
But they'll be back.
Would they be back for them?
Both will
Is
be
Pedri
back.
going to be back? I thought Pedri was a serious injury.
Both will be back.
Okay.
Before the time.
Do you think a 17-year-old centre-back's going to be happy to play against Mbappe? Like,
Well, Cooper Rice is not bad. Though.
he's not bad, but then
It's not bad. He's good. He's
if
good.
he
But
gets
I agree.
if he gets torn a new one,
transition, bro, you're
Transition. Barca,
those
New
front three, Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele is just pace for days, man.
Barca's biggest problem is transition. And
Yeah.
if Xavi plays the same way he played against us with a high block against arguably the best 2 players, and because he did it with us in the Super Cup 4-0, and we scored 3 goals in 20 minutes
yeah.
because Vinny, Rodrigo, and Jude.
Yeah.
If he does against PSG, who in my opinion have got bigger offensive transition attack, then it's going to be a problem. Dembele this season is his healthy season since his last season in Dortmund. Imagine
yeah,
that.
he hasn't had he hasn't
His
had any
healthy
injuries.
season since last, and he's been in Barcelona for what 5, 6. I don't think Barcola will start.
Yeah, I don't think
You don't think so? I think the big games he started a lot
I
this year.
think you can't. I think Mbappe will be playing on the left. Mbappe is not. Will be playing. Mbappe will tell Enrique, "I'm playing on the left. I'm playing on the left." It's gonna
I'm
be.
playing today,
If
mate.
you
But against
Mbappe, how would you
against
coach this
Sociedad,
game?
he played up front, bro.
He played on phone because Gonzalo Ramos was true. Gonzalo Ramos, I think either Colomwano.
Bro, that guy stinks.
I love Ramos. I love him, but it's just his celebration, man. I like celebration.
I
like celebration.
Gonzalo Ramos or Colomwani will be starting in the middle.
I think it will be Colomwani.
I think he's going to go Barcola, Mbappe, Dembele.
Because I see Mbappe starting against Koundé. I think the matchup him and Koundé will be a better matchup.
Mbappe against Koundé, yeah.
Is that barbecue chicken?
That's barbecue chicken.
That's more than barbecue chicken. More than barbecue chicken.
What's more than barbecue?
Full platter.
That's
Everything.
full platter.
But I feel like this matchup.
This is an interesting matchup. By
This
the way.
matchup is
It's
interesting.
a good game, you know. It's a good. Do you know
very
why it's a
good
good game? Because they're both as good as each other right now. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not amazing and they're not bad. So it's like they're coming up against each other at the right time of the season. Xavi's farewell tour, got Mbappe's farewell tour. Got Luis Enrique against Xavi. You got Luis Enrique against Barcelona. Like you have
Storyline.
There's so many storylines in this.
Mbappe playing against his future ops. I mean,
Yeah, like
The last time Mbappe was at Nou Camp and scored 3
we know how
goals.
that shit
like
go.
you know what I mean.
We know how that shit go.
There's like a big storyline in this, and I feel like it's gonna be such an elite game to watch as a neutral because got Mbappe, man.
Bro.
Like
He's the guy
He's
to watch.
Showtime, bro. He
is
talk
so
about Mr.
Showtime,
Champions
man.
League now. For me, he's Mr. Champions League.
He's
I
so
don't know.
he
Showtime.
is.
In terms of the big European
that
games, he
Sociedad
always
game,
shows up,
the
bro.
2 goals.
So him, bro.
Oh my god.
That second leg.
The kid is
Mamma
Ripped the
mia.
net,
Mamma mia.
near post.
He's too good.
Oh,
bro.
man, you've been doing serious low watching. Since he was 13, you've been low watching. It's a bit creepy, you know. It's a bit creepy, but he's been low watching
Since
since 13.
13.
Bro, he was a Real Madrid player in
At
academy
13, yeah.
trials.
And you've been low watching since then.
And Paris.
Still been delivered.
We need to check your hard drives. We need to check your hard drive, bro.
Paris has been.
I'm getting the word.
Yeah. He's a nonce, guys. He's a nonce.
Paris has been asking every single year for him, bro. Now, finally. You know how, like, The Rock. Finally! The Rock! Hey, this is me now. Finally, Mbappe's home, man. But, like, seeing him is special. But I feel like PSG, this matchup is interesting, but PSG can hurt Barca more than Barca can hurt PSG.
Have you seen the elevation in the way Barca have played since Xavi has announced his leaving?
Nah, bro. It's like Ten Hag, bro. It's like Ten Hag. Like, but Xavi,
They ain't no Klopp thing.
You know why I compare? You know,
They don't love you like that.
They don't love you
you know
like
how,
that, man.
You know how in NBA they say who's the 4 players? You know what do they
Mount
call
Rushmore.
it? In the Mount
Mount
Rushmore. You know about Mount Rushmore? It's just a bums managers.
Oh, Mount
Ten
Rushmore
Hag,
ass.
punch, Xavi, and then slap whoever you want as a 4th one.
He probably puts Ancelotti there.
Nah, I can't.
I think if Ancelotti didn't win all the Champions Leagues, he would have.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Ever since he got Ladesma, he was always forgiven. He was always forgiven.
But the way Xavi is, when you look at Barcelona, that you can only see one difference maker. And that's a 16-year-old.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And that, like, if you look
Guy's
at
still not at his full height.
Bro,
He still hasn't finished growing.
He's still a kid, bro. And they overusing him, they're overplaying him. Barca's got a bad track record.
But Faisal, I have a question for you. When a kid is that, like, when you're 16-year-old, okay, I understand you don't want to burn him out. We've seen so many instances: Fabregas, Rooney, Neymar. The amount of minutes they play early on affects them later on. But when you look at all those players as well too, when a player is that good and your team needs them that much, what are you supposed to do? Not play them?
He's
Like you're in a business.
You're
it's a
forced to
result
play
of
him.
a business. You have to play him.
No, but you
can't be like, oh,
manage how
you
much you play.
forced to
You
play,
manage how
but
much you
Bro,
play.
when Barca are as dysfunctional as they are and as bad as they are, they're not gonna. They're losing 2-1. Oh, let's take Yamal out because in a few years
they're
we're
not
gonna
saying
worry
that.
about
If
it.
they're winning
You have to
3-0,
play him.
they're winning 3-0.
about
Let me
to make
But
their
how many
kicks
times
and
are Barca winning 3-0 this season, bro? They need him. He's their best player.
I say play him because he's talented. You know what's mad? He's their best player.
Yeah, facts.
This season, he's been
agree.
better than Frankie,
their
Pedri.
best
Don't
player.
get me started on Liwa. He's their best player.
I agree with you.
But I want, and it's mad. Like I like him. He's mad. He's so talented.
He's one of the best
Generational.
16, like one of the best teenage talents.
I've never seen anyone like him.
Generational talent.
I've never seen. He's the
How you
best.
start? Yeah.
He's not the best.
literally.
He's not the best I've seen, but in terms
He's
of
the
his
best like
level,
Messi.
he's not the best talent I've seen, but he's the best in terms of like what I've seen at that age.
Yeah.
Like Messi at 16 was not playing.
Ronaldo
like,
at
he wasn't getting
16
the-
wasn't
no
that.
one.
Like,
Yeah,
Ronaldo was good, but at 16,
he wasn't
like,
like
you know what I
this.
mean?
But
Like,
Rooney, like 16 years
Yeah.
old. What Yamal is doing right now is
He's carrying
Yeah.
a franchise like Barcelona
Yeah.
to this level. It's mad.
Yeah, it's
The
nuts.
reason why I say manages minutes because I've seen it with Fati. I've seen it with Pedri. That one season where they blow up. The play.
I think it's different though. Pedri was different in terms of Pedri. They should have never let him go to the Olympics.
Guess
after.
what?
But
guess
my
what?
point
No,
is,
but I'll come to that. Guess what? This season,
Olympics.
Olympics, he's selected. The
that's
Euros
ridiculous.
under 19,
That's ridiculous.
he's selected.
But I'm
He's
talking
having the
purely
same
for your.
path as
But I'm
Pedri.
talking purely for your club. Like Gavi, as what you talk about Gavi. Gavi got an ACL, bro. Like that's not
unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they mentioned Gavi. It's just
Pedri and
Ansu- it's
Yamal is
Ansu and
different. Like
them.
Yamal should not be going to the Olympics. Yamal, even for the Euros, then they should. But for Barcelona this season, I don't. Like I keep hearing manages minutes. He's their best player. They need him. Like he has to play.
managing the minutes in terms of if you've got 3 games in a week, 2 games in a week, play him against Bilbao away, Atleti away, Wanda, Bernabeu. If you play Cadiz at home, play Rafinha Ak. That's the way I look at it. You can't overuse. He's still a kid. His bones are still kid bones, bro. It's kid bones.
Is that what Mbappe looked like?
It's kid. It's kid.
No, he generally hasn't stopped growing. Like, we don't know. In 4 years, he might not be able to be a winger.
He hasn't.
Like, he might get too tall. Like, you never know. He
That's
might
what I'm
have to be a
saying.
striker. He might have to be a 10. You never know. Like, it's
real,
so
and
weird.
that's what when I look at Barca, he's the only one that can create the difference. I said it. People they were like, what are you talking about? When I said the difference maker, it's not even him, because I know Lamin's going to do his thing. For me, the difference maker, you guys might look at me weirdly now. The difference maker in a matchup like this for Barcelona, where they need someone that can make things out of nowhere, Joao Felix is the difference maker for Barcelona.
Or will he start?
Xavi, I know he's going to start 4 midfielders. Whether Frankie, recently he's been playing Christensen as a DM, which is a bit weird, but he has to because there's no Frankie and he doesn't trust
Romeo for a
he doesn't trust Romeo as well.
Yeah.
Xavi will play 4 midfielders. That means the left wing will be sacrificed.
Yeah, it'll be a midfielder.
Let's say Frankie and Pedro is not going to be available. That means he has to start someone there. Ferran Torres is the obvious option. Recently, it's been Rafinha. He's been playing as the left. Rafinha on the left is not as effective as Rafinha on the right. Joao Felix, in my opinion, can create that difference. They can't rely on Lamine all the time. We've seen Joao Felix when the glimpses when he's on it. He's one of the scariest footballers in the world, bro.
Of course, yeah.
But the question is when he's on it. Barcelona, when I said it, there was like he's wasteful, he's inconsistent, he doesn't track back. Fair enough. But in a game like PSG, where you need a difference maker, you can't just rely on a 16-year-old. And on top of that, the first leg, I think, is at Nou Camp or the first leg.
It's at the Nou Camp.
The first leg, Hakimi is out.
No, it's at the
Parc des Princes.
Parc des Princes. The first leg, Hakimi is out. He's suspended for the first leg. Take advantage of it and play Joao Felix, in my opinion, will create that separation. Because you can't just rely on him all the time. Because in my opinion, Nuno Mendes is so reliable defensively. And the person which they brought from Brazil, from Sao Paulo, that for Beraldo, he's good as well. And they've got Lucas Hernandez on there. The left-hand side, I think Lamine Yamal's not going to have a good game because they'll be on him. And the game is Parc des Princes. On the right, it'll be open and play Joao Felix. Cancelo, though, has been very good as left-back recently.
scored recently as well.
Cancelo against Dembele defensively.
That's
I
the
like
problem.
Cancelo. I'm telling you, Dembele against Cancelo, Mbappe against Koundé.
But the
It's
same,
over, bro. Defensively, they're having nightmares,
Barbecue
bro. BBQ, bro.
no, you know what? Not in transition, yes, but when they play
One-on-one?
low block, I think it's not as bad as
Barca playing low block. All season they've shown that that's not their game.
I know, but that's why I said Xavi has to change the tactics for this game only.
Going back to last year's tactics.
you have, and it worked. They won every single game 1-0.
Yeah, because Ter Stegen was playing like the best form of his leg, bro.
And they have
that's,
to go
that's
back.
a
They have to
different
go
team,
back.
bro.
They
I'm
have
telling
to.
you.
They have to be playing low block against this as in PSG team.
They should.
They
yeah,
have to play low
I
block.
just don't see it with
And
Barca
if they
this
play
year.
low block, that means they can rely on the likes of, because the midfield battle will be crucial. Attacking game, Barca, Bayern, PSG will do it. Barca, Lamine Yamal will cook, in my opinion, whoever he needs. It's the midfield.
So who are you going for?
Who I'm going for. I will edge it slightly to Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I think another guy we're not even talking about is Zaire Emery, who I think this year has really stepped
I'm
up.
not even edging it. I'm giving it straight to
Yeah,
PSG.
I'm going PSG as well.
I think
too.
that. I think
you're
it's going to be a
I
comfortable
think it'll
win.
be close.
I think it'll be a comfortable win.
I think it'll be close. But I'll edge it to Kiki. To Kiki.
When you're the best player in the world, he'll be the difference, bro.
Yeah, he'll be the difference.
And this is his best chance as well.
He's going to score 2-3 goals over the both legs.
This is his best chance.
Like,
You know,
he's going to cook,
Have you
man.
seen his knockout run record against the big
mad.
teams?
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
It's
good.
crazy.
It's
Bro,
unreal, bro.
it's
He's already,
insane.
he's
Insane.
already in the
Insane.
top 10 ever for European knockout
Oh, I've seen
goals.
that. Yes, I've seen
Bro,
that.
He's
yeah.
in the conversations,
Yeah, yeah.
the best players of all time. bro.
insane. It's insane. He can break if he continues this route
Yeah.
and when he joins Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I can see him breaking Ronaldo's record.
Goal score record.
Most goals in the
Or
Champions
the
League.
knockout
I
round.
mean, it's
one.
possible
Most
because
goals in Champions
Ronaldo,
League.
really, if you look at his record until 20,
like late, yeah.
It built at 29.
Bro, until like 23, he had like 5 goals. I don't know. I don't think he scored a single Champions League goal
It started
until he was like
increasing.
20.
Yeah, yeah. He
Bro,
started late.
He started late.
Yeah, yeah.
Start increasing 29.
No, but I'm talking even in he didn't score for like his first few seasons in the
didn't.
Champions
Yeah,
League,
yeah,
bro.
But from like that someone onwards, that's when the goals start
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in.
And
That's
of
when he
course for
became a different
United,
monster.
United as
Different
well
monster.
too. His last 2 years, he scored a lot for us.
But yeah,
I'm going for Xavi's farewell tour. I'm going for Barca
Yeah, man, that's not it, man.
That's not it.
That's not it, yeah.
They were my shock team in the early Champions League predictions. I have to maintain
So you
consistency.
stick with it?
I've got to maintain
Let's change it,
consistency.
man. Let's change it.
No. I'm gonna stay with Barca. Everyone picked
PSG is
PSG.
my team.
I'm picking Barca. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna pick Barca. I'm picking Barca. Everyone else is picking PSG.
Oh, I would love to go to that PSG game, man. It's in Ramadan.
That's a great. Yeah.
You get tickets all.
I got a plug, but it's Ramadan, man.
Right.
I think it falls on the last 10 days of Ramadan.
You know
is it?
You know what's
Yeah.
mad? We were talking about earlier. City, Madrid, the first game, first day of Eid.
Yeah, that's fine. Good Eid celebration.
No, but you can't go to it
Why?
because it's the first day of Eid.
Celebrating Eid, isn't it? At home.
That's for me. That's celebrating. For me, that's celebrating. Right? I'm in there.
Let's go to the last game. Atletico Dortmund. Atletico obviously needed penalties to go through against Inter Milan.
Cholo!
Hey man, Mr. Simeone.
Wow. That Inter Milan game was amazing to watch.
That was a good game.
I tweeted after. I said football needed both these teams in the next round.
Yeah.
honestly,
That was
a
good game.
Wow.
Have we been disrespectful to Dortmund? They obviously
Yes.
the group stages
I
as
think
well.
they have.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's going to be a walkover. I don't think it's going to be a
I
walkover.
don't think it'll be a
No. I think it's going to be
Why,
much closer.
Simon? Do you know? I checked early. We all put them bottom of their group.
Yeah,
and
no.
they finished top.
All of us.
yeah, all of us were
man.
bottom.
They finished top of that group. That's what people don't understand, bro.
Exactly.
And they got some weapons.
PSG,
as well,
Newcastle,
too.
and AC Milan.
No, it's
Yo,
mad,
fair
it's
play
mad.
to them. And they beat
They beat
PSV.
PSV, but first leg they should have lost that.
Jadon Sancho rolling back.
Rolling back the ears. The little flick.
the little flick.
His PR is crazy.
Who was the guy next to him on like that? Oh,
Sabitzer.
Sabitzer,
yeah. It's both
Another United legend.
Man United players.
Two United legends, bro.
But yeah, Cholo.
That's his best
I
chance.
love him, man. Honestly, no,
Yeah, this
Diego,
is- yeah.
Diego Simeone, man. I love the guy. Honestly, I feel like there's this conception around Atletico the last few seasons that they play boring football, that they're not fun to watch. I think away from home in Champions League, you can make that argument. But at home, when the Wanda Metropolitano or whatever it's called is
Wanda,
rocking,
yeah.
it's when it's on fire and his team is on the front foot and Simeone is like
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Bro, there's very few
falling on the
teams.
floor.
There's
Oh,
very few teams more entertaining to watch than Atletico. Bro.
He's amazing, man.
Bro, that team when they're on it at home is a joy to watch.
For me, when you said it
And that's
perfectly,
their first leg as well.
you said it perfectly in terms of like Simeone over the recently how he's changed his management style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, if you say Simeone over the last 2 years, if you call Simeone a defensive manager,
Bro,
Casual.
better- defensively, in fact,
what's the
yeah.
casual? What's the casual?
Look what he's done to Griezmann.
Who is he?
Man, if only he was here to defend himself, man.
You know what killed me? You know what? I have to say. You know, last Premier Roundup, I was watching it. It was Liverpool City, and he was sitting there. And Shark,
He's
the
up
best- the best moment. Sharky was expecting a passionate speech.
Yeah.
He
About
asked,
Van Dijk.
he
He's
asked me,
yeah, he's up there.
All right, so Fuzi, where do you think Van Dijk is? He's up there.
And I saw Shark today. He said, "Oh, okay, man. I need something more, bro."
The problem is he has to defer to two other people. It looks like Levi's like, all right, Levi's like,
Yeah, Levi.
rest up.
Levi's head's gone.
Especially this thing. What's his next bar? He's thinking in 20 minutes. What am I gonna say?
Sharky needed this table. That's what he needed.
After that, he asked him. Well, I have to do it again. After he asked him, in the Kroos era, who's been the most important? That's been more important. Van Dijk, Alisson, Trent, Salah. Who do you think has been the most important? He replied with Salah. Shark asked him why. He's like, it's Salah, isn't it?
And he's like, you give me weird answers.
What a character, man.
Shout out to Fuzi, man. We love him, man.
Shout
We
out
love
to
Fuzi.
Fuzi.
Man, Foggy was here to defend himself, man.
Yeah, if only he was
Yeah.
here. Funnily enough, he's asleep on the sofa right behind the camera.
There's a bum, man. Look at him, man.
Oi!
His toes are curling as well.
This guy's
But
homeless,
back
man.
to
Back to
have you seen
Atletico.
that stat of Simeone? 23 times they've been in Champions League. Atletico Madrid. 21 times all under
He just
Simeone.
woke up. He just woke up.
21 times all under Simeone.
Is it?
23 times.
You know his record at home as well too. I think he's played 50 games at home, and I think
Yeah.
he lost one single time.
In the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's Champions League, yeah.
It's some crazy
Who's he
stat like
against?
that. I can't remember who it was.
It's not us. It's not
That's what I was
us.
going to say.
That guy,
I'm
he's a
so
crazy
It's not
man.
us.
I love. He's so
I
entertaining.
think
But
it's Barca.
back to what you were saying of the last 2 years, people saying he's a defensive man. He's not a defensive man.
He's
Look
not
at the
defensive.
plays he's changed.
If anything,
Griezmann.
defensively is their weakness.
He's the,
Yeah.
he's the biggest weakness that
Yeah,
division.
bro. It's great. Look at the back four, bro.
Yeah,
You
Witzel
got
has
Savage,
been playing back
Savage,
Savage,
Witzel, centre back.
Hermoso's a left back. He's
Hermoso,
not
and
even
then
left
sometimes
back.
Ronaldo's there.
Ronaldo's
and then who's
right back? It's
They've got Aspilicueta coming off
Molina,
the bench.
and
Molina.
Molina's a right back.
That
bro,
is,
it's
bro,
it's
can't lie.
ass.
You know,
And
man,
he wins the
Oblak-
Champions
and
League.
Oblak has been regressing.
Yeah, but he played
yeah.
amazing
He's not-
against
He
Inter.
played amazing, but bro, don't let that fool.
Nah, okay.
Don't let it
He
fool
played
you.
amazing
Can we
against
talk about how many washed bums were on the pitch that day, though?
Inter.
Oh,
Inter
Alexis.
We start naming names. Serbi, Alexis, Mkhitaryan.
Oh, really? Mkhitaryan has been good this season. Mkhitaryan has been good.
Damian's been decent apparently.
Who else is there?
Alexis, man.
I said Alexis. Who else is there?
Oh, what's his name? The Dutch guy. What's his name?
Klaassen.
Klaassen.
Klaassen coming off the
When I
bench.
saw Klaassen step up for a penalty,
When I saw Aspilicueta
I just
come
think
off the bench,
Mkhitaryan is harsh.
I was like, Ian Wright. I was like, I thought that guy died.
Nah,
I thought he was in
Mkhitaryan.
MLS.
Mkhitaryan.
He
has
came
been
on,
amazing
tuck
this
shirt still as well. He's like, get off the pitch,
Sticking
man.
his tongue out.
But that's Inter for you, bro. Inter this season.
Nah, I know they got hit with the craziest Rico.
FFP, whatever.
No, but in general,
Like, they had to get rid of
I'm not even talking
Onana,
about
all that, yeah.
Serie A in general, you look at the
Yeah,
financial situation, it's clapped.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Inter this year, in the last 2 years, have been a team that's exceptionally coached by Inzaghi. But in terms of pure individual talent, look, it's not Real.
Yeah,
it's
of
not,
course,
it's
of
not
course.
City or whatever.
He's doing amazing with what he's got.
Yeah,
He's doing amazing. To get to a Champions League final.
He's made Hakan Calhanoglu and
Çalhanoğlu, yeah. He's been one of the best registas. He's one of the best registas.
What's with you and names today? What's going on?
Yeah, you're moving like Liban.
What's going
You're
on?
moving like Liban today.
Calhanoglu.
That's a new player. It's like Luis Fonte.
I think as well, Inter will look at the side of the draw and like actually think to themselves, if they had advanced, they could have gone to the final again.
Oh, easy.
Inter could have definitely gone to
Easy,
the final.
easy.
But Atletico, man, when you draw them again at the Wanda and that ground is rocking the way it is, it's tough to beat
that's
them,
what-
man.
Bro, that's what I
But
said.
there was
Honestly, man.
individual idiotic players on their team,
Yeah.
as in Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. Thuram, that
You know,
chance.
Lautaro, bro.
chance, yeah.
Lautaro, honestly,
No,
I thought
Lautaro,
played a
he-
good game until the end, bro.
No,
Honestly, I think he did his
Lautaro's
best.
he played a good game, but he's got that now,
Oh, he's
that
like-
name,
yeah, of course.
that bozo gene in him,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
not
He's not
clutch
clutch, he's
player.
not clutch, he's not
Like
clutch.
he's literally.
Thuram should deserve more.
Yeah, of course, he missed 3 chances.
Lautaro take the hit, but Lautaro was holding up the
Passes,
play.
bro.
The two sitters that he missed, the free header and that one-on-one where he absolutely skied it. I don't know what happened, and he squeezed Savage's balls. Come on, man.
Yeah.
How bad could you
And
play
he
that?
doesn't
against?
scrape his tongue. Crazy.
Yeah, horrible, disgusting, man.
That's mad.
He needs to talk to Central C. But
That's bad.
yeah, no, he had a stinker. Martinez, obviously the penalty.
Legs
But
were-
you
legs
know
were
what's crazy?
jelly as well.
But you know what's crazy? When he was walking up to the penalty, I think everyone knew he was gonna miss.
Yeah.
Like generally, everyone knew he was going, and that was such a hit the target, man. If the keeper
I don't think
saves it,
I don't
fair
think he can go that wide and high like again if he tried. Like
Yeah.
bro, putting it it's
like a 1 in 100 chance.
It's like he was like aiming for someone in the
Apparently,
stands.
he's missed 3 penalties this season.
He scored them in the World Cup. In the World Cup, he scored some big
He
ones.
scored the most
Yeah,
important
yeah.
one in the World Cup.
Yeah.
But I look at this Atleti side and I look at Simeone.
We haven't spoken about Dortmund at all. As well.
And let's start with
we'll
Atleti
get
first
to
before we go
Dortmund.
to Dortmund because I feel like it's gonna be an easy game. For them.
Yeah, it'll be a quick segment.
It won't be easy. It won't be easy.
It won't be easy. I don't think they'll brush.
I don't want to disrespect Dortmund again.
I look at Atleti and I feel like this is the last chance for Simeone.
I don't.
This is the last.
Maybe,
Cholo.
actually.
This is the last.
What do you think
hurrah.
he will leave after the season?
No, not leave, as
okay.
in the last chance he can get into.
Because he's
Champions
looking
League
at his
final.
run to the final.
I look
yeah,
at this
yeah.
final, and in my opinion, this is the best chance of you.
Could
getting
be
to the
anyone
final.
leading up to the final.
I've
If
got-
he PSG or Barca, he could beat them. He should beat Dortmund.
We're talking about the semi-finals. Who we think? is gonna
Yeah,
go
PSG
Yeah, yeah.
or Dortmund. PSG or Barca.
afterwards in the same video.
Yeah.
Okay, am I just can I just say mine straight away? Or should
Finish with this.
Let's
game.
talk
And
about
then
Atletico, bro.
and
This
then-
guy's kind of go too
No,
early.
don't worry, I'll get to your semi-final
because
after.
Atleti, in my opinion, this game against Dortmund, defensively they are. I look at Dortmund in so many different ways. I look at Dortmund defensively; they're not good. Honestly, defenders are not that good. Midfield, fair enough. They've picked it up recently. They've moved Chan.
Captain.
Chan was like, you know what, forget defensively. Move you up a little bit in the midfield. Royce, they've experimented off the bench. He's now come on the bench. Sancho now, he's playing. This is not 2000.
No, he's got PR. He's got PR.
2018.
He's got amazing PR,
Bro, I
Sancho.
saw Matheson coming. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I look at Dortmund and I don't see no encouragement from Dortmund. I might be.
You don't see any encouragement?
I might
Top
be
of the group
I might
stage?
be disrespectful.
I hear it though.
I might be disrespectful, and Dortmund fan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I might be disrespectful. But I look at Atleti, and I see a team that wants to win. I see a team that's better in all phases of the game, and I see a team with a manager who's much better in a knockout stage than you guys. I see a team with Griezmann, who was against Inter, was a bit slow, but he just come back from an injury. Memphis Depay, and they've got Morata who can rotate. Their midfield, the poor has been recently. Koke busted midfield against Inter. You saw it. Koke was just dictating left, right.
He was like old Koke.
Old Koke, literally young Koke. I look, bro. I'll be real. Atleti will win both legs. I see Atleti win home and
I
away.
think they'll draw this, bro. You're underestimating Dortmund, bro. They have one of the best home fans and stadiums
That's
as well
it.
too. So what? They're gonna win both games. That's a tough ground to go to, bro.
Brother.
What
Two
brother?
good,
What?
two good
Bro,
home
I
advantages.
don't know if they've
though.
lost at home.
they-
I don't know if
yeah.
they've lost at home in the Champions League this year, bro. Come on, like I think you're going. I think Atletico will win, but to act like Dortmund are just here to take part, they deserve more respect than that, bro.
I feel like it's gonna be much closer.
They got
Much,
rid of
much
Milan
closer.
this year. They got rid
I
of
know
PSG this year.
why.
Newcastle.
It's because the last time he went to that stadium, was it 4-1?
Oh, he wishes he went. What, Lewandowski?
Yeah,
What
Lewandowski.
goes Lua?
That's what
Atletico are they go back to my whole thing about heritage.
Yeah.
Like, bro, sometimes
I
like
was gonna say the same
Atletico Madrid, this isn't their. It's actually funny because they're saying it's the last chance they have it. It might be the best chance he has to win it. But if he wins it with this group of players when he couldn't with much better teams, it kind of shows you
Godin,
the irony.
Gabby.
Yeah, it shows you for me how much Europe has regressed and compared to the Premier League because this team is nowhere near his best teams. But B, it also shows you that, bro, he will be getting lucky with the draw because this Atletico Madrid team, before they beat Inter, no one was talking about them the way they are now, bro.
I was.
Bro, did you think they were going to beat Inter?
Atleti was the one team which I wanted to avoid throughout the season. Why?
They have a good record against you guys.
We have lost 2 games this season, and both games came again.
Against you guys, they have a good record.
So-
but, bro, throughout the season, they haven't been that great, bro.
Atleti this season.
This season, they have not been
played
that.
them-
No, I said against you guys, they've been good.
yeah.
But throughout the season, they haven't been that amazing.
I agree.
Bro.
I agree.
I think Atletico will beat Dortmund. For me, there's not a doubt about it. But okay, I want to give Dortmund respect in terms of it's not going to be like a clean sweep. They're not going to
Okay,
win
what
both
are
those
you?
games.
Okay,
Atletico will progress.
1 to 100. What's the percentage for Atleti? Because for me, I look at 80-20.
Oh,
80-20.
I think it's 60-40,
I
65-35.
say 65-35. Yeah,
65-35,
I
think it's
64. Do you know
70-30.
why? It's home advantage is a big thing. And
Yeah,
you know...
for both teams.
Yeah, for both teams.
And
And
Atletico's first leg's at home.
exactly. And the second leg being in Germany is going to be a big difference, you know? Like a big difference. Especially if Atletico only get a one goal lead. That's a big difference. And do Atletico go into that game and play Depay? Do they play Morata? Like Depay came
I
on
think
the
they got
Morata.
Depay came off the bench, but he was amazing off the
Yeah,
bench.
but Morata this season has been good.
He's been good.
Has
No,
been
yeah,
good.
he has been good. But I think Depay's performance that game went very under the radar.
He changed the game. He changed
He
the game.
completely changed.
And
He changed the whole dynamic.
Riquelme as well. He missed the big chance. Even though he missed it early.
Yeah.
Lino, who starts, is very good.
Yeah.
Beside the game against Inter, he's
Yeah.
very good. Bro, they've got difference makers everywhere on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pitch, bro.
Bro,
on the
Dortmund, you just
wing.
don't see difference makers.
Dortmund, like, but let's be real, yeah? Who do you see from Dortmund? Give him the ball and let him create. Don't say it's Jadon Sancho, wallahi.
Jadon Sancho.
Don't say Jadon Sancho, bro.
Hey,
Wallahi,
this is gonna come back to bite you in the ass if he has a good game.
No,
against
don't worry.
them, bro.
Oh, I was just trolling, guys.
No. If that happens, I'll put my hands up. I don't.
I'm gonna leave that part in the
They got
camera.
Bino Gittins. You don't read Bino
Bino
Gittins,
Gittins.
bro. Bino Gittins.
That's if he starts, Zach.
Yeah, but he's a good impact. You're talking about
Yeah.
players that can come off the bench, but Dortmund, you don't get
give
to
me
talk about
something.
them.
Okay, give me something.
I just-
bro, I don't know. Let him. I don't see no encouragement from Dortmund. And again, that
So
might
how
be
have they gotten this far in this competition if you see no encouragement?
They beat PSV.
PSV act. And
Oh, no, the group
first
stage.
leg-
They beat
first leg,
PSG,
should have lost that.
they beat Newcastle, they beat Milan, they beat all these teams to get here, bro.
PG when Enrique was
So it don't matter when they do it, but okay, that's cheap,
yes,
bro.
sorry.
Come on, bro. Give them their
La Liga
credit,
bias.
bro.
La Liga bias.
Give them some credit, bro.
I'm not going to defend Atleti, but I just look at Atleti and they're much superior than
Much superior.
Much superior.
Yeah,
And
no,
we'll see.
I think it's gonna be much closer than you think.
Yeah, I think so
Let's
too,
see.
man.
It's gonna be much closer. We'll see. We're gonna see who gets
I
the
hope
last
you're
laugh,
right.
I think.
I hope Atleti lose.
Of course you do. Yeah, yeah.
But I look at it from this matchup.
But we all have Atletico winning.
I have Atletico going through, but not as convincing.
Yeah,
80-20, I
it's a
think
bit
it's a
more
bit.
convincing.
80-20 is like a 3-0 brackage, like done. You know that?
It'll be done.
Like 2 legs, 3-0.
First leg 3-0, second leg.
No,
will be
as in
a-
like both games
you
going
know
over
the
3-0.
SDS scores that they give at the end of it? They
Yeah.
can't give the rankings for this until the actual games play
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Because, bro, you could have the potential to have a stinker here, bro. I'm telling you. I think Atletico, you're going like, I think they're going to win, but you're too overconfident with them, in my opinion.
Let's see, innit?
Football will spin the block on you, man.
Yeah, we need to shout out both the SDS Sofa Score and
Sofa
what is
Score,
it?
yeah.
Nah, I'm
Footmob?
shouting out one of them, the green one.
Yeah, no, I'm shouting out SDS Sofa Score. I'm number one on that one.
Foot mob is my guy. Yeah,
Nah,
same
nah, nah.
Same guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other one just
That guy's
Shout
got
out
me
both of
last
them.
time.
Nah, shout out both of them. Shout out both of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they love you,
Shout
bro.
out both of them.
The guy love you.
In the green one, I'm like 6th or 7th. I don't care where I am, but
for
I just like that they do it.
Yeah,
I just like that they do it.
Nah,
Yeah,
football, keep doing your thing. What's the other one though? SDS
Sofa
Sofa
Score.
Score. Shush, man. I don't want to hear your meaty.
Foot mob,
predictions.
man. Big up, man.
Yeah, big up Footmob. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Beefing Twitter accounts, but we don't want that. We want to do that.
But I can't lie. Shout out both of them for doing that.
Yeah, fair play.
Shout out for
Fair
doing
play.
it.
But mostly
They
Footmob.
actually watch the whole 2-hour show.
Yeah, I love it because I waited the next day. Like, what'd you get at it as well? You're like, hey, what did I get? Yeah, that's our quarterfinal predictions. Let's go into some. We can go through this quickly. So semi-final.
The semifinals.
So we had
wait,
Real Madrid Arsenal
You know what's mad?
for one
So
side.
how are we doing the semi-final? Are we doing what we think is going to be the semi-final?
No,
Or
because
like
the
collective-
routes have been done. So
Yeah,
your
I know the
quarter-
2 brackets.
Yeah.
So do we go, okay, we think PSG on the semis and Atletico in
So
the
you
semis.
think basically Arsenal and City?
Is that what I would...
Yeah.
And then I would predict that
Who's
result.
gonna- who's
And
gonna-
then if I-
yeah,
okay, first. Okay,
Because
first.
your quarterfinal, you had Arsenal winning and you had
Yes,
City
yes,
winning.
okay,
it.
yeah.
So you have what was it again?
Arsenal City, and then I have Atletico
So
PSG.
you Arsenal City, you're buying City, and we're
Real Madrid Arsenal.
You know what's mad? About us
we have to watch that. We have
two.
to do a crazy live watch.
You know what's bad about us two, yeah? You know we've been dreaming about it since the sixth form days.
Well, Arsenal Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm going to the away game.
Bro, since
I'm burning about if that
sixth form,
happens.
since me and Sharks and him
Yeah.
were sitting in classroom, not even doing any work, and we're talking. Imagine this when Arsenal was going through your banter era.
You should put this in the video, no?
Yeah.
This is nice. This is nice. Well, that is nice.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, we weren't even doing any work. This was
No, it was banter era.
in BT.
Yeah.
In
Oh, in college, in school, we were banter.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We were done.
Bro,
8-2.
Yeah.
We was a mess.
Well, we
man.
were sitting in business. I still remember this. We were doing quizzes, Arsenal, Real Madrid, me and Sharky every single day. And we literally were thinking, imagine us two playing against each other in the Champions League knockout. This is when you guys are going through the banter era with Arsenal.
We'll get through Champions League, but we're just getting knocked out round 16.
This is when we weren't even La Decima.
Yeah.
This is when I was always screaming, La Decima, La Decima, La Decima. And we kept losing against Bayern in the penalty shootout, Barca, the Barca thing. And we kept saying, imagine us two in the Champions League knockout.
Now we're potentially predicting.
I know.
Arsenal stands no chance against Madrid.
And
if
then
they play each
14
other.
years.
Oh, yeah,
and
we
now
don't know.
You
No
know
chance,
what's crazy? If
No
Real
chance.
Madrid Arsenal happened at the Bernabeu, Saka's going to recreate a Thierry Henry's goal.
Huh?
It's a crazy one.
Bro, I can't.
Just slap Fede in the face.
I can't express to you enough how little of a chance Arsenal have against Real Madrid.
Wow.
If they played this year,
Are you doing Dortmund Atletico right now?
no, Arsenal would. They could.
He's
They
talking
would
about
not.
heritage. We
They
got
would
heritage at the
not beat
Bernabeu.
Real Madrid, bro.
We got heritage at the Bernabeu.
Do you know when
Bro,
I'm being
that
against
one
Arsenal
game.
in the Champions League?
Against Real Madrid, just watch Galacticos.
You're unbeaten against Madrid, not Arsenal. Man.
No, sorry. We're being against Real Madrid in the Champions
You
League.
played them what twice?
Exactly. We
Against
never
their,
lost.
against their washed Galacticos, you wouldn't
Washed.
send at the
Wow.
Bernabeu Real Madrid.
Against Zizou.
Man, you guys
Allison.
Look how he's talking about your legends. Look how he's talking about your legends.
It was 2006, right? It's the last
Bro,
year they were
young
together,
Sergio
bro.
Ramos. Come
Yeah,
on,
bro.
that.
Oh, wow. Young Sergio Ramos. Fair
Nah,
enough.
Madrid were washed that year, bro.
No. Ronaldo on his last knees. Come on.
That's the last knees.
It was, bro.
Last knees. But like, Real Madrid, Arsenal, we good. Man.
Yeah, it'd be good for you guys.
So let's start with your one first. So you're going to go City Arsenal.
Yeah, for the
So
semi-final.
who do you have?
That's a scary one, you know. You know that tie. The result all depends on the Premier League game that we have this month. You know that depends on how
well we play at the end.
how
You
well we
wouldn't
play
beat
or how well they play.
Okay.
That's a big difference. But if I go with my heart now, I'll say Arsenal. But if I'm going with my head, I'm gonna go Man City.
Okay.
I feel like
What's your final
I feel
one?
like semi-final is our
Your
ceiling
max,
this
I
season.
agree.
Do you think-
I feel like semi-final
Do
is
you
our
think it's a
ceiling this
bracket,
season.
or do you think it's going to be very close to that Champions
Well,
League?
Arsenal- no.
Arsenal will
Yeah.
never get brought
Yeah, it'll be very, it'll be any,
like Dortmund,
Yeah,
innit?
it'll be very close. Any team we play in that semi-final, Real Madrid or Man City, it'll be a very close game regardless. It'll be
Arsenal,
very-
the way they're built, they're not built anymore to be messed
Yeah.
up by teams.
Like banter, 5-1s.
Defensively,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
too strong to be destroyed. Let me make this clear, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal beats Bayern. I think Bayern will edge it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're in it. But I think whoever plays against Man City in the semifinal, Man City will beat them.
Yeah,
I think Man City are going to the final.
Yeah, so you're saying Man City, Bayern.
You were saying Man City to the final, yeah?
Yeah.
And that one's going to be a close tie, but you just have them comfortably.
Not as close as the Madrid City. I think City will beat Bayern pretty well as well.
Fair enough. Oh,
Yeah.
but would it be like
then-
that one
but-
last season? Not that
But
not that
doesn't
bad.
Tuchel have a good record over Pep?
Not the last few seasons.
Yeah, doesn't he have?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that year, that Chelsea year, where you just couldn't beat him at all?
Yeah, he could be.
that was like 3-4 years ago now,
Yeah.
though, bro. I can't lie.
Oh,
I think City are beating Bayern.
I forgot to tell you as well, in the early Champions League prediction video we did, you had Bayern as the CL winner.
I did.
And now you're here.
This
With
season.
Arsenal, Real Madrid.
Oh,
I did.
I made sure to get you this far, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't go back
Oh,
now.
yeah, no, you're right.
You
You're
had
right.
Bayern winning the Champions League this year.
Yeah.
And who I think I had
That's
City,
when-
right?
Yeah,
That's
City,
when.
yeah.
That's when. Yeah, I remember. That's when I was the Kane, Tuchel. But then after I've seen
no,
him,
not Tuchel, right? It was Nagelsmann. Or was it Tuchel?
was
This
Tuchel.
year was
Season.
Tuchel, yeah.
I
yes,
thought-
he did, yes,
I
yeah.
thought with Bayern would be different compared to what I've seen this season, and then yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I think I know. I just remember. I think my.
He was trolling, guys. It's all good.
No, that's
Drake
true.
song, Drake
Guys
song.
are trolling.
Yeah, that's true.
My takes are like Drake songs.
And I think my shot. Hey,
The Drake
this
song is
one,
what?
This one's true though. This one, the shot.
One dance.
My shot.
Hold on, blink.
No. This one is a Drake song. I said
birthday.
my shock team is United, not reaching.
No, your shock team was Galatasaray progressing. I watched it this morning. Your shock team was Galatasaray getting out of the group. This guy's shameless, ladies and gentlemen. This
you
guy's
didn't
shameless.
show love to Copenhagen. You didn't show no
But
love.
I did say,
Your Danes got you.
but I did say United are not making it
You
through.
see how he tried sneaking that in, bro? You're
That's funny.
crazy.
Me and you watched the same video today, and he knows what.
Crazy. Because you even thought about it. Should it be United or should it be Galatasaray? He chose Galatasaray.
But I
Stick
did-
with it.
But I did say United wasn't going to make it through.
Yeah,
But
shock
anyway,
team.
anyway.
They said they're gonna link up with Fuzi. They didn't even link up with Fuzi in February.
Yeah, we dodged them.
Yeah, they didn't even get Europa League. They didn't even get Europa League.
But Real Madrid, Arsenal, it's going to be emotional for
Unbiased?
for both of us.
Objective.
But no, come on, bro. Honestly, it'll be us.
Honestly,
It'll be us. I said it. I tweeted, and I said it before. I said I'd rather face City than you guys. So I feel like it'll be a better matchup.
You'd rather face Arsenal.
You still believe that?
That's all.
You rather face.
You don't believe that, bro.
You rather face Arsenal. Hey, you rather face Arsenal than City. Stop saying City than Arsenal.
What did I say?
You said I'd rather face City than Arsenal.
You'd rather face Arsenal.
That's what he believes. He'd rather face City than Arsenal. He actually believes. Well, he claims to believe that. But I know you don't believe.
Oh, you rather face
City than Arsenal.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like.
So, I'm saying he's happy with the draw right now, right?
I'm very happy with the draw, and I'll beat you guys.
Yo, Faisal.
You'll be
Faisal.
you'll
Faisal,
play.
look me in the eyes and say that with a straight face.
I'm very happy with the draw.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna. I mean, I'm gonna be very unbiased, and I think with heritage and everything putting into play, I think Arsenal will get to the final. I think everything's gonna get there.
Yeah, we've got final heritage as well. We've been to the final before.
Exactly.
So what? So
Do you know what final I'm trying to recreate? 06. Because you know I got another semi-final. I'm trying to recreate that one. I want to spin the block on everyone. 5-1 and spinning the block on
Dude
everyone.
from SDS has never been right about anything, bro.
Is that the exact tweet?
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's the PG version.
The VG version.
that was Haywan best yet.
The other side of the bracket, though, you had, was it Atletico and PSG? Atletico PSG?
Yeah.
Atletico PSG?
Atleti PSG.
And Atleti Barca. Atleti PSG. What about for you guys?
I've got Atleti.
I think I've got Atleti going through to the final. Atleti PSG.
What do you have?
He's going on. He said himself. He said he's got.
Barca.
Yeah, Barca.
Barca Atleti, though.
I got.
Wait, I don't know,
I got PS. I got
Numbers now, I can't
PSG.
lie.
No, but also Atleti was stinker final. No, that's been
no.
that's been Liverpool Tottenham. No
I'll
one's
be
gonna watch
real.
it. No one's watching
Oh,
it.
watch it. Honestly, you guys might think I'm shitting on. I love Simeone. I would love nothing more than Simeone to win the Champions League. I'll buy a Atletico jersey if they go to the.
How
Barca.
about buy a
final.
ticket?
Barca.
How about you buy a ticket?
I'm there, bro. At Wembley.
What's a damn jersey gonna do, man? Buy a ticket.
Antoine.
Barca's got Atleti's numbers, by the way. So
See? I knew that. So I said it.
over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Every time this season, home away.
I'm trying to recreate 06 UCL final, man.
Why you're trying to get your revenge? Get your leg back.
I need my leg back, man.
Who's their Henrik Larsson?
I've got Atleti.
I don't know, actually. Who's
Ferran
that?
Torres. Come off the
So you've got Arsenal.
Wait. Nah, I want you to have PSG.
I have PSG.
Because I want your final to be a bit different.
Now my final has PSG.
My
I have
final
PSG
what?
progressing.
Okay, yeah. So you got
PSG are going to the final.
You got PSG City final.
Yeah, that's a good
I think
final.
Kylian
That's a good
Mbappe.
final.
Kylian Mbappe is bringing PSG to the final. Kylian Mbappe against that Arsenal backline.
You know-
The Atletico. Sorry, the
I
Atletico
cannot-
That
backline.
storyline of Mbappe winning Champions League before he comes.
I
Bro,
can't. I
is the perfect.
I don't.
I think the
I
city will
don't
say
want that.
thank you very much.
I don't want that. I don't
He'll
want
say
that.
thank you very
Yeah,
much.
of course you don't want.
I don't
How
want
about this?
that.
How about this?
You want
I
the impression. FIFA wants the impression that Mbappe needs Real Madrid. That's why. If he comes, he don't need you guys.
I don't want him after winning the Champions League.
Well, he's not Kiki
winning
anymore.
the
He'll not be
Euros.
Kiki anymore.
He's never gonna win the Euros. In my opinion, France is gonna win the
Me and
Euros.
Liz are-
And the Ballon d'Or, and then he comes to us and be like, "I'm gonna be his savior." Nah. Come. I want you to come.
Aye.
I need
That's
you.
a surrogate
to-
son you're talking about, by the way. That's a surrogate son, man. He's
Bro.
chilling.
He wants him coming, please, Real Madrid. I need this. I need this.
You know what you're talking about. You're talking about the best player in the world, man. You're talking about the guy who snubbed Perez 3 times, bro. He's coming on his terms, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Kylian, the best in the world.
Kiki.
Kiki's going to the final.
Kiki. Buddy.
Mbappe is bringing PSG to the final
No,
this year.
no, I beg you change your. Is it PSG Atletico?
But I've got a Madrid derby in the final.
Oh, no, come on, do PSG.
Real Atletico, that would be so good.
Give me Real Madrid PSG, man.
Please, Simeone,
Nah,
3
man.
times
I
the
saw that
charm,
2
bro.
times, man. I want to see Real Madrid PSG.
I've got Madrid derby. No, I
Because
don't
if
want that.
Mbappe.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yo, he'd shit his pants for 90 minutes.
You wouldn't watch that
I'll
final.
be real. I'll say right now, if it's PSG,
Well,
Madrid-
Mbappe's going to score. He's going
No.
Even he's gonna do it. He's gonna like this. Can't celebrate. Can't celebrate.
I'll still be the biggest respect moment.
He's gonna stand up. He's gonna stand up and start clapping.
Faisal will celebrate if Mbappe scores.
Start clapping.
I'll celebrate. But if it's PSG Madrid final, if
That would be amazing.
PSG will win.
What?
Oh.
PSG will win.
Bro,
What?
they would. On my life, they would.
PSG
Bro, the script would be hilarious.
PSG will win.
Imagine Mbappe wins against Real
Madrid
Madrid.
PSG final, PSG will win.
Yeah. I'm not fucking leaving. Oh no! After he does I'm taking my talents to Real Madrid. After beating them, I'm taking my
This
talents.
summer.
Yeah, but I don't want that.
I was
a really tough decision.
Me and Liz was speaking as well. Is there any player that's won the Champions League and then taken the Champions League to a new team and won it there? as
No,
well?
but
but
Götze almost did.
Eto.
Oh.
Götze almost did.
Eto.
No, but
Yeah, Barca and Inter. innit?
Yes, he did back-to-back
Back-to-back, yes.
trebles.
Oh,
forgot
but
him.
no, I didn't know that was your talk about. I thought you said, has he ever beaten a team and then?
Oh,
taken
no.
the Champions
I
League?
was just saying win the Champions League and then take that.
Yeah,
and then
no,
win
Eto.
the next one.
Eto.
Barca
Yeah, he's
and
the only.
Inter.
Yeah, I think he's the only one.
So Eto took it with him too.
Eto took it and I won it again.
Yeah, fair enough then.
And then I don't want Mbappe to do that with us.
So you got Real Madrid Atletico. I've got Arsenal Barca. You got who?
I've got Atletico
City.
City. Atletico City, yeah.
That'd be such a
Who's your semi-final? Atletico BG, and you had Atletico winning.
Yeah, Atletico. I think they're edgy. I think just the dark arts will
See
annihilate.
Atletico though. What you got?
That's a tough game.
That is
You
tough.
guys remember Atletico City at the Wanda a few years ago? Atletico battered them, bro.
Bro, yeah, when Grealish got his hair pulled and everything. Bro,
Atletico
it's
battered
the
That's the one where they
Pep
won
Smart-
though, isn't it? 1-0?
No, I think at the Wanda they either drew or they won.
Oh, it was the Etihad.
No. They drew.
No, I think I think
Was
Atletico-
that the one
I
of
think
Foden
Atletico beat them
when-
No, it was
1-0.
when Grealish
drew, they
got
drew,
Savage
they
pulled
No,
Grealish.
And
I
Foden
think-
got injured and they
because
all
I think
started like
City beat Atletico 2-0 at the Etihad, and I think Atletico might have won in that second leg 1-0.
I don't remember them winning that second leg.
They drew, and then KDB scored after Foden's pass at Etihad.
Yeah, but the second leg was the Wanda, and I swear the last few minutes
they
were
win
really
that?
close.
I think that final would be great because Pep's
That'd be a great
amazing
final.
managerial, like his tactics against Simeone, who knows him so well, played against him so many times, and knows the dark arts of winning a game will be amazing.
Yeah, true.
That'd be a great watch, you know.
So City won the first leg 1-0. Second leg was 0-0.
That's
So
what I
it
was
was
saying.
close, bro. It was
I
really
remember
close.
that, yeah, that was a tight game.
Yeah, and it's such contrasting styles of play as well too. It's like
And you had City PSG, right?
I have
Fine.
City PSG.
That's a great
And
final as
you've
well.
got who? You've got who winning?
That's all great finals. yeah.
City should
Also
win it,
Barca,
but
come
bro,
on.
Mbappe in a final, one-off game. We saw last year Inter, where everyone thought they'd get smashed in the final.
Give me Iguodala.
Hey, they look, man. They got.
It's not gonna be Mbappe in that final. Lee Kang in. That's the guy.
They got
Fabio Ruiz.
They got
Carlos Soler.
They got Roger Ugarte. Nah, City would win it, I think. But bro, Mbappe in a final for PSG right before he leaves for you. Oh man.
Hey, we've seen Mbappe in Champions League final. we saw how that shit goes.
He was half injured.
We
bro.
saw how that
And
shit
him at World Cup
how many
final.
times do players lose 2 Champions Leagues? Usually they lose the first one and they win the second one, or vice versa.
You got serial losers out there.
How many,
How many Balak have lost?
Balak.
No, okay, fair.
He's just Cyril loser in
He's a
general.
loser.
Poor guy, man.
Yeah, fair enough. He
Bro,
doesn't
what-
deserve that.
But we saw Thiago Silva lost it, then won it. Tuchel
Let's
lost it.
get Mbappe at the age 25, no Champions Leagues. Comes the following year, wins the Champions League.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
better hope so, bro. Don't
Comes
let
to
Mbappe
the-
come to
That's
Real Madrid
why-
as a
How about this? How about
Do not let Mbappe come to Real Madrid as a Champions League and Ballon d'Or winner.
He can't.
Don't let him. Don't let him,
Because
bro.
he will kill the whole.
Why?
the
Then
whole
it's not
Champions
Kiki
League.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's not
It's back to
Kiki anymore.
When you take
It's
Mbappe,
actually
when you
Latin,
take
bro.
Mbappe, can you send Rodrigo to the Emirates, please?
He will leave.
Take him to Emirates.
But I think he's go City. I think Rodrigo in the next 2-3 years, I think he will go City.
Rodrigo.
Yeah. I think City is the perfect destination for him. On the left.
And your final is always
And
again.
my final is Madrid, Atleti, and it'll be the 15th.
So there you have it.
Where that should go.
I wonder
Wait,
who's.
wait, it's gonna be 1-0 to Atleti in the 92-48. Who's the centre back?
Nacho!
Nacho! I don't want to see you celebrate though. if
Nah,
Nacho
Rudiger,
scores.
He would.
Rudiger.
If Carvajal celebrated,
He'll be
Yeah.
shameless. He'll be shameless.
Rudiger. But no,
You see the celebration?
I think that I think it'll be very tight between us two, but I think we'll edge it 2-0 in the final.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
then Jude will score the second goal. Vinny will score the first goal. Jude will score the second goal.
This is just fan fiction.
Yeah, Wembley.
He was just, and
I wonder.
It's at Wembley.
Yeah, I wonder whose prediction
I'm
out of us is going to be right.
I mean, it's clearly
And
mine.
we need the comments.
So
I got
we
we need
City-
people to
wait,
comment
wait.
their predictions as well. We need you lot to comment.
Last but not least, who's your winner? Arsenal, I'm guessing, right? So you've got Arsenal, Barca.
I'm biased.
That smells-
Impartial.
Yeah, that's biased.
Objective.
I got City Atletico. I think.
crashing
Yeah,
on
City
Xavi.
Atletico.
You've got
PSG City.
so all 4 different finals.
Yeah, 4 different finals.
And all four different winners. Who's your winner?
I've got. It's tough. I've got City winning
Oh,
it, but
so-
edging
so
it against
I got
Atletico.
City as well too.
City as well. Okay.
Barely.
I've got me
Yes.
crash. We're gonna crash it on Xavi.
I,
That's what we're gonna do, man.
this is like straight out of FIFA or something like that. Bro.
If Xavi wins the Champions League after winning the league last season, that's a disgrace.
What would you do?
Aye, that's like Zidane asking how he just leaves Barca and it's
No,
not.
he's definitely gonna do the Wolf of Wall Street. You see, he keeps coming out and says, "By the way, just to let you guys know, I'm leaving it at the end of the season. I'm leaving it at the end of the season." As soon as he was at Champions League, I'm not leaving.
If he wins it, they're making him stay, bro. He's definitely staying.
No. I think he's still gonna leave.
He's staying. If they win, he'll stay.
He's
bro.
going back to Al Shabaab and them teams. He's going back to them.
Buneja.
He's going to go back to them, man. Like Al
Assad.
Shabaab and
Assad.
Assad and all them guys. He's cutting out, man.
Fair enough. Well, those are our quarterfinal, semi-final, and final predictions. Let us know in the comments below what your predictions will be. Do you have similar finals to us? Who is the most outlandish take? Might be Faisal's, to be fair. Definitely not mine. Just in general. Just Dortmund getting washed, everything, just general. And Mbappe, watching Mbappe since he was 13. I don't know about that one.
Yo, I forgot about that.
Kiki.
All right. Well,
Stop biting your lip, bro. This is a freak.
we'll see you on Tuesday with a new upload. Don't worry, guys. It's not going to be a Premier League roundup because there's only been 4 games this weekend. Sharky will be hosting because he's my guest host, so he's going to be filling in for me. Yeah, see you guys soon.